Tony said he was talking to customer service. So I literally just said the first thing in my mind.
Okay.
You created an elaborate ruse to indicate that you were also talking to customer service?
Ah.
Like, this is some top-tier gaslighting.
Yeah, I mean, what did you mean when you said nobody was answering anybody or something like that? Because we were all talking to you.
I don't think you said that.
You said something like that.
I don't think you said that.
Yeah, now you're trying to gaslight me.
Sounds like you're
my
trying
balls.
to gaslight everybody else, Kevin.
I mean, that only would be true if I was telling a lie, when in fact I'm telling the truth.
You don't have to tell a lie to gaslight people.
Yeah, not a
I'm
little
the
bit.
cook.
Well, that's good times.
Isn't gaslighting by definition like you have to be telling someone something false?
You just
something
really
that
have to
didn't happen?
discredit the other person, I imagine.
That's not gaslighting, I don't think.
All it is making someone.
It is.
Hang on, the definition: using psychological methods to convince someone or manipulate someone into questioning their own sanity
Okay.
or powers of reasoning.
All right. See, that's
Which
the
is
thing.
literally what I was doing to you that entire conversation. I didn't lie, which proves my point. And therefore
Alright,
makes
that's
me
just like-
not gaslighting you.
Fair enough.
I mean, honestly, if we
Isn't
could
it
just
weird
cut
that
down
works?
on the mansplaining as a whole. Like, the point
Oh my
is,
God.
Kevin's a
Give yourself
problem,
cancer.
and he should probably be voted off the island.
I impressed my
About to be
coworker
voted off a dragon.
because I know how the vagina worked, and I explained it, and she was like, "You're the first person I will allow to mansplain me how my own body works." And I was like, "I've done it. I've achieved something."
Peak manhood?
No,
Mark?
peak femininity, and honestly, I'm into it.
I know how the vagina works. Woo!
You know who else does? Gaston. Anyways,
Sam is heavy sighing and rolling her eyes repeated at us.
it's because
I'm
I
excited.
took so long to mention Gaston. All right.
In the time.
Hey,
Wh-
guys.
what is
how's
what is that
everybody
about?
doing?
What do you mean? Why are you bringing up Gaston? Why is it?
It
Is
was
it
a
not
callback.
Gaston?
Yeah, it's
This is a
Gaston.
seg-
What the fuck are you
Yeah,
saying,
okay.
Tony?
I thought it was a separate thing because you were
I
saying
never
it.
watched the movie. I just like to
Neither.
reference it to
Name.
upset people that do.
It's just a French name.
Yeah, whatevs. You live in a place where they speak French.
Yeah, but I don't. And also, nobody in Ontario fucking speaks French.
That's not even a little bit true. Anyways,
You should fix that.
let's talk about Dungeons and Doorknobs. Is everybody ready? Is everybody excited to play the game?
Sure, man.
I am,
Play the game.
but I'd like to finish this real quick.
Masturbating, making a sandwich.
Peak femininity? What are we talking about?
You're leaving us hanging here, bud.
Oh, I shaded the sketch I sent you a little bit. I am done now, though.
Okay, all right. Well, let's kick rocks. And by kick rocks, I mean go home. By go home, I mean take a nap. I slept like 12 hours yesterday and 10 hours the day before. I don't do that. I think the most sleep I've gotten in like the past 6 months has been like 6 hours. Sleeping in like that, I feel incredible. I could do anything. Except give a recap. Does anybody want to give the recap? Maybe for inspiration? Maybe because
Sure,
they're
man.
on the back of a dragon and they don't want to get fucking wrecked?
Yeah.
I'm officially
I'll do it.
riding a dragon. I don't need anything else.
We see a book flip open, pages ruffling. Officer's report, Sergeant Osborne. The patrol went poorly. Most of us died, but those that remained acquitted themselves with valor. We found the reason that cities have been disappearing. We've stopped hearing from settlements. We were beset upon, as was the city of Vogler, by the Dragon Queen's army. Misshapen, evil-looking lizardmen attacking anyone that moved. Those of us that remained helped the people of Vogler escape and get to the capital. I met a few people there that, while civilians, acquitted themselves with honor and respect, including one Knight of Solamnia named Ren. If we can pass along recommendations to the Knights of Solamnia for him. Upon reaching the city, I helped see to the affairs of the people, and I saw to the remaining of my men. I was also promoted. I don't know what to do with that information yet, but it appears that I'll be leading some sort of strike force or task force. We leave tomorrow to seek out a gnome to try to find more information about some sort of machine that the dragons were using. The Dragon Queen's army, excuse me. We'll call them Draconians, for lack of a better term here. Follow up to the officer's report. We found the gnome beset upon by goblins and bugbears. Not bugbears, whatever Ren is. Red people. Hobgoblins.
This is pre-Trail of
I'm
Tears.
glad this is like in a diary and not on Facebook, or else you'd be canceled.
Against my better judgment, Ren seek to parley with these individuals. I don't want to say yet that I was right. It doesn't seem the right time to tell him I told him so, but I was right, and I told him so. We spend the night so that Ren could recover from his surprising knife wound in the back. If only somebody had been there to predict this outcome. We were able to gain the aid of one gnome and return to the capital, only to find it beset upon by the army. Cunning action and quick decision-making got us inside the walls, where we were traveled besieged to a gnome flinger, which I've heard about, and apparently the others have written on. Against my better judgment again, we climbed into this gnome flinger and were flung to the back of and then it just kind of trails off. Because, it's hard to write a report when you're flung from a catapult.
I am digging it. 10 out of 10. Would review the found footage again. Please take an inspiration. And that is the scene before you.
I already have an inspiration. I will trade you both inspirations for one hero die.
That is not a fair trade.
I will trade both inspirations to immediately murder Edgeworth.
Fuck you.
Not the character.
Okay. I mean, what are you going to do with the
okay.
other two inspirations, though?
Does anybody not have inspiration? I will give it to them. Does everyone have inspiration?
I
Actually-
don't, but also I'll use it on something stupid.
I feel like most people gave me inspiration last session to not fumble.
I will give it to Ren because I want to see what sort of idiocy it gets spent on. Because that's the only place I'm going to spend mine.
Reverse psychology.
I am also going to award inspiration, if they don't already have it, and it sounds like they might, to Arthanos and Nova for RPing. That's role-playing, not anything to do with R. Kelly.
Yikes.
Did anyone think that?
Maybe
Would
one of
anyone
our,
who could?
our
We're too old
viewers
for
might.
this joke.
Hey, whoa, easy, dude.
Tony, let's be real here. We're our viewers. That's it.
It's true.
I'm told
I
that
have shared
somebody...
this link with at least 2 people.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think anyone that listened
Jeremy
to what you
Goodman.
said would ever have thought that you were referring to R. Kelly being on
Okay.
a girl.
All right. I made a joke. All right. Just because you didn't like it doesn't mean that there's not somebody out there with a few less IQ points, like matches my own, that might not like it. Quit trying to gaslight
Somebody
me.
smarter than you? Fuck you, piece of shit.
Oh, all right. Well, we're off to a rousing beginning.
So anyways, as I mentioned last time, Arthanos is flailing off the back of this dragon, right? Let's move over to the map. As was recounted by the wonderful Osborne. Did you change your spelling on your name again?
No, you made the joke about it, so I gave it to you. Osbjorn.
I'm the worst.
That was last session.
All
Huh?
right, so, as you are flung through the air on the Gnome Flinger, you are able to gain some additional height as Arthanos channels the most powerful magic he's ever cast to try to give you that extra push, that extra brace of altitude. And he is able to do so, but unbeknownst to him, at the same time, that magic has a source, and Nova, you find yourself magicless. Now, what we're going to do is move over to the map, and I'm going to describe a few things. You may place yourself up to half your speed on the back of this dragon.
I have two quick
That's a
questions
big dragon.
I need a reminder for. Question 1 is, are we trying to capture or kill the dragon?
It's very bold of you to think we had a plan when our plan was fling ourselves on the dragon.
Afraid of.
I don't
Fucking
think
got
we
on
do
this
either of those
dragon
things.
with no plan.
I mean, to be fair, our plan was get in the fucking catapult, loser.
Yeah, pretty
On
much.
dragon hunting.
Yeah.
Honestly,
didn't wanna
not
walk
having
back.
a plan means nothing can go wrong.
When your expectations are low,
My second thing was, we didn't discuss how to land.
our
I
plan
assume
was
Featherfall's a thing, right?
our plan was survive.
Oh my god.
Featherfall, assuming I'm not dead.
Also, like,
Unless you also have Featherfall. Wait, you don't have
maybe the
magic.
water won't kill us. Maybe this is like movie water where it's like soft like pillows and not, real water where it's concrete.
Are we
As
over the water? I thought we were over the city.
as you start to land on this dragon, struggling to get a good hold on it so that you aren't launched, the creature does crest higher and higher over the city and starts to maneuver out over to the ocean. Now, Osborne and Arthanos, on your turn, at the start of your turn, as will anyone who becomes unsteady, will need to make some sort of saving throw, ideally athletics or dexterity, to attempt not to be cast off into the sea. I guarantee you it gets very bad very fast at that point. I would like for everyone to roll initiative.
Yeah, that checks out.
All right.
Woo!
We won't know if Osborne is plummeting to his death until well, the end of the round.
Everything done.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at it. I'm last in the initiatives. Oh, yeah.
All right, so at the top of the round, it is Ren, but we should probably throw some more initiatives up there.
When we roll initiative, I'll use my rally thing. So I'm gonna say both the mages and the goblin get 8 temporary HP.
Yeah.
Appreciated.
I like it.
Well, I feel like the other two can, I don't know, take a beating.
Give it to the people that won't be flung off immediately.
Oh yeah, not me then. Well, I don't know. Tony said dex save, so maybe I'll be alright.
Oh, it's a dex save? Might be in
Said
trouble.
athletics or dexterity.
I'll give you acrobatics as you try to find your footing.
Okay.
All right, so it is the top of the round, and Ren, you're up first. You hit
So
the back
I-
of this dragon, and you are able to maintain your footing. This person doesn't seem to have noticed you yet. They are strapped into a saddle that sits atop the dragon's back.
So I want to ask you a question. Can I spend 5 feet of movement to be mounting this creature? I only ask because I have advantage on saving throws made to avoid falling off my mount.
I will say that you effectively count as mounting this creature, and I will give you advantage on your saves.
Fantastic. I think I would just try and grapple the man, so I'm going to do that.
Let's see what that looks like.
Just cuddle up right behind him. Put your arms around his waist.
I have 2 attacks. That's 2 rolls, right?
Yeah, you can try again.
That one's much
Yeah,
better.
level 5.
A 26, and they will attempt to resist. I forgot to run the script to make my rolls public.
Oh yeah, you have to do that every time
We
now.
did it.
huh?
What a dumb fucking thing. Like,
It's
what
really
is causing
stupid.
that?
Apply default settings. Whisper rolls to GM. Apply settings. Okay. So I'm going to roll this one, and you're just going to have to trust me.
Yeah, it's fine.
Let's see. An athletics check.
Tony You just called me smarter than you. I don't fucking trust you.
I actually didn't imply that you were smarter than me. I just said that other people.
If you
of
were
my,
smarter than him, you would have realized that.
other people of my reduced capacity should find that joke funny.
I feel like the implication there was that it doesn't matter. Go ahead.
They only roll a 14 in their attempt to, as you reaped your arms around them, effectively getting a good grip on them, and you realize their form is a bit more lithe than you would have thought for the armor that they're wearing. And there's a moment where they reach up with one arm and try to sort of strip your wrist off of them, but they are grappled.
Sorry for this. I attempt to move. Are they, like, tied into the saddle?
As you attempt to move them, you see two thin chains pulled against their armor on their hips. They are effectively belted in.
Oh, you know what? That makes sense. They're on a dragon, so they can do aerial shit. Okay. That's gonna be the end of my turn.
Alright, Arthanos, it is yours. I need you to make a save to avoid becoming yeeted off the Dargon. 19 is pretty good. You're able to find your footing, and as the dragon stretches out its wings wide, you are able to just stand atop the membrane of its wings. What are you doing?
Okay. Can you describe this guy in detail? Sorry, can't remember who you did that last session.
So they are a moderately tall form. Well, not really. I guess average height for a human.
Okay.
Very slim by most knightly concerns. You think that they're either maybe of a feminine persuasion or an elven persuasion, something that has a less broad shoulder tone to it.
Fucking elves. Alright. I need to read this quickly because it is there's too much fucking text here. Alright, well, for the time being, I'm gonna go ahead and do this. And if I can hit the dragon as well. Where the fuck are the cubes? I'm just not here ever.
Because of the
30-foot
cube, you can just make it hit both of them, right? I
Yeah,
don't think you need
this is not a
to
big
actually
deal.
pull the cube out.
All right.
I figured. But yeah. So wisdom
Oh,
save.
I can roll publicly again. How nice. It is going to make a wisdom saving throw.
Please do.
It is proficient in this. It actually would have an additional 4.
Well, what if I use my inspiration to give it disadvantage? Can you do that? I can't even remember.
I'll allow it. I will roll again. I'll use
Okay.
the proper button this time.
Son of a bitch. +8?
This creature in armor is able to resist your spell. Finish
Okay.
applying settings. Let's try the dragon. I have the wrong thing pulled up. There we go. Huh. Surprisingly not incredible at wisdom saving throws. That's unexpected.
Son of a bitch.
The wisdom saving throw is unfortunately successful as it is not dropped from the back of this dragon.
Well, alright. I'm gonna make my sword hum, and I suppose that's it for now.
All right, next up we have Nova. Now, Nova, in addition to everything I have explained to you before, you can still feel your magic out there. You can do what I've already said that you can do, but you can also attempt to wrestle it back.
Interesting. All right. I'm gonna start off. Did you need like the acrobatics or athletics check to make sure I don't fall off?
No,
Right.
you were successful.
Okay. So actually, I'm going to, like, I'm not gonna do anything this term. I'm shell-shocked and almost catatonic with, like, you know, like, I imagine the way someone would feel if they just looked down and noticed their arm had fallen off or been shorn off. And so I will do whatever would be a reflex to make sure I stay on the dragon. But otherwise, I want to not take a pass, but my reaction is reacting.
Okay. Now, if you're concerned with just staying on the dragon while you have this moment of, existential crisis, you can take the dodge action if you would like. Otherwise, if you're not even in that headspace, you can just end your turn there.
Yeah, I think if I've landed enough that, like, I'm not immediately falling off, I think that's kind of where I'm stopping for the moment.
Got it. All right. Nova, you have this moment to yourself, and it's dramatic. Everyone's setting into motion all at once, but it's just like everything is still around you. And
Yeah, it's like everything's like in slow motion, like I'm observing the world like underwater almost, and I can't, you know, when they show like war movies and the person, like, everything's ringing and they can't quite grasp what's happening, that's kind of the reaction.
You realize your nail polish came off?
So much worse.
I clashed my outfit with my hair.
Her socks don't match. Fuck.
Oh my god, I dreamt about this.
We gotta go back.
Someone saw me in Crocs.
Gex, it is yours.
There's no way I don't have advantage on this guy who's being grappled, yeah.
Oh yeah, Rin is right there. I mean, you don't have advantage, but Rin is right there, so you'll get your sneak attack. If you want, you can try to flank them.
I'm just going to hit him right in the back. He seems nice and comfy, but I do need to roll to stay on, right?
You do not. You succeeded last time. Only Arthanos and Osborne failed their last saves.
Oh, nice.
Oh, on that note, since I got you all here, I am going to do an update to flanking. We are going to take away its advantage for when you are flanking and replace it with a +2 static bonus.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Pathfinder.
Yeah, or 4E.
Yeah, 4E worked like that.
We're going to try it for a little bit just to make the swing a little bit less swingy. But yes, it is your turn.
That.
I'm going to move and hit him with the sword in the back. Hacha!
Sword in the back is successful, and you're able to slip your blade in and scratch the skin while Ren is wrestling with this person in their saddle. That's a good clean 17 points of damage.
I do not fear this man. I will stay here.
That's what I like to see, heroism. On the initiative of 4.9. This creature is grappled. They are harnessed into their saddle. They just got stabbed. Man. Guys, don't make this easy. The creature holds out a gauntleted hand towards the sky. And it says, Takesis, show them your flame. And you see one spectral head of a dragon churn out of the ether, and then a second, and then a third, and then a fourth, and then 5 spectral dragon heads unleash a torrent of flame. It comes down directly on the dragon's back, and it'll look a lot like this, maybe.
Oh.
That is a 10-foot
DC actually
radius.
14?
Ooh, let me double check, because wizards, am I right?
Yeah. Oh, it also didn't roll the damage. Eesh.
Oof.
It is a
A lot
DC
of
16.
Hey, look at that.
And Sorry, where's my special circles at?
Look, Tony, look with your special circles.
So who's it not hitting?
My flame. I think it hits
It's
everybody.
always.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much, that's gonna do it. Nova, you succeed. Arthenos, you succeed. Ren, you fail.
Yay.
It's like Osborne's.
That was Nova, and then Osborne, and then a inspiration to re-roll.
Okay, now it makes sense. So, Nova, you succeed. Gex, you succeed. Osborne, you start to fail, but then succeed. So just, you guys are really gonna let Ren fail by himself?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Wow. No camaraderie.
I can't move if I'm holding this person
He has an inspiration.
gently, like that movie Ghost, where he like is a ghost and they make pottery. That's what I imagine it's like.
Yeah, you make the pot, right?
It
Yeah,
is
okay.
16 fire and 17 radiant damage to anyone who fails, or half as much on a success.
Coming out of my temp HP, that still kind of hurts, but I'm good. I'm okay.
So what? That's 33.
Yeah, if you fail.
Failed.
Only 16 for
if you-
those of you succeeded.
Right.
It's a little owl.
It's a little yikes.
Yeah, not a fan.
That is their turn. And we're going to move to Osborne.
Ow. Oh, you need an athletics check for me first.
Yes, good remembering.
Well,
A 12 is insufficient.
Take my inspiration.
you sure?
It's happening.
You start to flail and just narrowly catch yourself as you start to slide down the dragon's wing.
I would like to sunder these chains holding this creature.
I like it. Let's see it.
Hey,
Now, you have essentially a spear tip on the head of your hammer, your Lucerne hammer.
Yeah, I mean, so it's the piercing is actually the backside of the hammer is a war pick.
Excellent. A war pick is perfect. These are not thick chains. These are kind of like the chains that you would use like to stake an animal. They're very thin, and just breaching them against the dragon's form and the saddle with that pick just bursts the link. You are able to break one of the chains. There are two, one on each hip.
That would be for the second one.
A 9 is insufficient. You're unable to find a good hit, and you just ended up glancing the chain.
And then the last one, I'll try to use the butt of it to pry, to like stick it in there and be using leverage. Yeah.
A 13 is sufficient as you break both the chains. The first one, the chain clean through. The second one, you're actually able to strip the guiding on it.
Perfect. This will be my turn.
Excellent. Ren, it is yours. But
Oh,
at the
boy.
top of the round, this creature, not knowing that its rider is no longer harnessed properly in, is going to attempt to buck and roll everyone off of it. I need all of you to make an athletics or acrobatics check to stay aboard.
This is
Ren,
perfect. I was actually gonna jump, so can I just do that instead?
let's see. Can you just jump?
Taking them with me, maintaining the grapple.
Let's see if you stay on board first.
You said acrobatics or athletics?
Correct.
12. If 12 is insufficient, I will use an ability called Fortune of the Many.
It is
Gives me +3.
insufficient.
What about 15?
15 is good.
Perfect.
Osborne, Rin, Arthenos, and Gex, you are all successful. Nova, distracted as you are, you struggle to maintain your footing. You have failed once. If you fail again, you will be lost to the sky. You'll make another save at the start of your turn, but first it is Ren's.
Yeah, I jump. I take this creature with me.
Or jump off.
No, just up. The dragon will leave us behind. It's fine.
Oh, that's true, I guess.
Ren,
You just toss them off, but whatever.
you grab this rider, and you lurch over to the side, and you jump off. Immediately as you topple over, you are both tearing through the air. I would like for somebody to roll 4 D100s.
Oh no.
I'm think when I see him fall off the fucking side of it, I'm really tempted to feather fall a Ren.
You know, I might have been counting on that, but if you didn't do that, that was okay too.
Yeah. There you go.
Tony, I have a proposition for you.
Mm-hmm.
I have Sentinel.
Yeah,
Feel like you probably see where this is going.
I have some ideas. Why don't you run it by me?
I have a 10-foot stick with a hook on the end of it, and I have
Okay.
a friend that wears armor.
Uh-huh.
I'm a fairly strong boy. Can I try to hook Ren on his way off?
I
As
like
my
this.
reaction using Sentinel.
I like this, and I think it's cool. Here's the deal.
Uh-huh.
If you catch him, all right, you're going to roll an attack roll to stop his movement.
Yep, I have a proposition.
If you're going to roll at disadvantage,
What?
and if you fail, you're just going to end up smacking the shit out of him.
Okay.
It's a win-win.
Yeah.
I don't see a downside here.
Yeah. All right. Go. Warming up. Shazam. Ooh, 14?
Does a 14 beat your armor class, Ren?
No.
Do I have
Ren.
anything into that?
You suffer 12. Do you have divine favor up?
I'm not.
You suffer 12 piercing damage as you are rolling off the side of this dragon.
You only
At
make my
least-
chances worse.
At least you're feather falling. I hope it doesn't take more than a minute to hit the water.
It's true. You are
That's where you
feather
spend the
falling.
inspiration, is it, Ren?
Now,
Now
Ren,
what happens if we get knocked off?
yeah, as you are feather falling, you're the only thing connected to this creature, keeping it from descending more swiftly.
That's true. I have something else to do first.
Okay.
I'll net 1 HP.
Got it.
And then, tell me about what I can discern from this creature. Do they look scaly? I peek inside one of the cracks of their armor. The wind's too fast. It gets in my eyes. But do they seem draconian?
In fact, as you look through the cracks of their armor, specifically where you saw Gex stab at, there is a black smoke. Like that of the hottest flame, the hottest coals, the hottest forges you've ever seen. And it is just spilling out of it.
Yeah, that looks dangerous.
Sounds kind of dank.
I drop her.
You drop
No,
them.
actually, no. No, I don't do that. You know why I don't do that, Tony? This is a wizard. You know what wizards can do? They can fucking fly. I hold this bitch. I ain't falling for this.
Ren,
I've changed my mind.
you wrap around them like you're their parachute, only this time determined not to let them fall. Too fast. Arthanos.
Almost
Good
got me.
question. You know what? Fuck it. I'll try it again. right on the dragon.
Oh, and for reference, the dragon is 477 feet in the air. Let me write that down.
Jesus.
Oh.
So yeah, definitely trying the hypnotic pattern again.
On the upside, it means Ren will fall 600 feet before the Featherfall runs out.
And you're
It's true.
doing this on the dragon?
Yes, because I assume the other one is far too far away. God damn it! This is why I don't do wizard shit, because it doesn't work.
Hold on. Do you
Bad
want me to make
wizard
it
is
work?
mad wizard.
I can make it work for you.
If you want to make it work, Austin,
Yeah, I'll
that's-
make it work.
I'm not going to complain.
Tony, do it again.
And once again, this creature will fail
You're welcome.
its saving throw as it is
Thank you,
hypnotic
Austin.
patterned. Immediately, creature becomes
Falls
charmed for the
onto-
duration. While charmed by the spell, the creature is incapacitated and has a speed of 0. Creature with a speed of 0 falls instantly.
Oh, instantly.
Anything anybody's doing before this creature falls. Going once. Going twice.
Does the dragon not have a hover ability?
You might be. Well, let me double check. No,
I'm
it does
saying
not.
just 'cause that is right. Like they will say like a hover or something.
Either have
like
to have a hover or a magical flight. This creature does not have either. It is going to fall instantly 450 feet over 6 seconds. So the good news is, Ren, as you fall off this dragon, the dragon falls right past you.
I think you've killed all of us.
I like to imagine me and the writer like look at the dragon fall and then look at each other. You as
So-
relieved as I am, and then
Why,
it's just fire
definitely-
that comes out.
More than their wedding.
I could kill all of us, or when we start falling, I'll feather fall all of us.
Isn't it? Wait, it says Featherfall 1 a day.
1 for free a day, but it's also just prepped as a spell.
All right, so
Great.
you're feather falling all of you except for the Dargon.
Yes.
The Dargon will fall 450 feet as the rest of you are featherfalled. I need to know. It's not concentration, so you can featherfall multiple creatures. Okay.
Yep. And I'm
Hey.
concentrating on the hypnotic pattern.
So the ground gives out beneath you as the dragon descends towards the water.
Plummets.
Nova, you no longer have to worry about a save as the
I guess.
ground is gone.
That also changes all of my plans.
Were you gonna try to ride the Dorgan?
I was gonna try, yeah, unless other, like, as I was dropping, could I make, like, an acrobatic check or something to try to grab for the, like, handle of the seat?
So you want to stay on the dragon as it descends?
Yeah, like, right, because that was, like, I'm already not thinking too super clearly, and that was kind of my plan before it started to drop, and I don't know that he has Featherfall and is about to save me.
Make an athletics check. So this would be the same athletics check. As you start to flounder and lose your footing, you reach out and grab hold, just tucking your fingers underneath this creature's scales. And at the same time, it starts to drop. You're still hanging on, and you descend with it 450 feet. What would you like to do?
See if I can wrangle myself into the seat.
It is falling fast. There's a lot of wind resistance pushing against you, but with that athletics check, you can maneuver yourself into the seat.
Okay.
It is essentially climbing downwards, but you're able to do so.
Can I try to pull up to see, like, instead of just pulling hard? I don't know. I've seen movies where they do that with planes. Does it work? You just suddenly pull up real straight up.
You grab the reins here, and you pull straight up, but the dragon doesn't seem to respond. It's like it's in some sort of magical stupor.
If I'm not out of turns, I would probably try to like stab it real quick with my dagger just to try to shake it out of the stupor.
Do so. Make an athletic or attack roll with your dagger.
Oh, I don't want to use my hero die yet. Does anyone have inspiration?
I only have a hero die.
I used mine for nothing earlier.
I used mine to hypnotic pattern dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah, take it. Dragon hypnotic pattern.
Well, Nova and Sam are both out of ideas, so we're just going to hold on tight and try to remember if there's any gods that I could pray to.
As you ride this dragon into a skyscraper.
I mean,
Too soon?
yeah.
You are Featherfall.
It's not just too soon. I feel like there's only one reference there.
Here's a question for you, Tony. If she's Featherfall, but riding the dragon in the saddle,
Uh-huh.
does she take the damage when the dragon hits the water?
If she's strapped to the dragon, yeah.
Okay.
Because right now she's sharing its momentum.
Okay.
But you stab at the dragon, you're unable to sink your weapon in between these hardened scales with any significance. Gex, it's yours. You're floating. You're only about... Actually, the way fall mechanics work, you're pretty much on par with the same height as Rin and the armored figure, but you're 450 feet above the dragon.
Well, can't do much here. Can I take the box that I was sleeping in and then just like sit in the box and wait?
Just wait for death.
Yeah, pretty much. Put myself in my own coffin.
You can absolutely do so.
You know you're not falling that fast, though.
I know, but it's like,
Yeah, okay.
So it's more like
Actually-
a Looney Tunes, just like slowly getting into the box and like.
yeah, that's Nova right now.
That's a good question, though. Do people know that they've been featherfalled if they've been featherfalled? Like, obviously they slow down, but
I think they would notice that their descent is not matching what they expect.
just that, okay.
Because you're still falling 60 feet. It's just not very fast. All right, Gex, you prepare for the end. This creature is grappled, flailing through the air. I'll say they have disadvantage, but they're going to try to make some attacks against you, Ren.
Yeah, all right.
They will strike out once. They will strike out twice.
Jesus, that's a lot of damage.
That first one hits.
Holy shit.
4d10.
As they strike out at you, they will reach behind you with their left arm, not wielding their pike, and they will attempt to fire a blast of fire at... We'll do this fair. Gex,
How far away do you think
Osborne, and
we are right
Arthanos.
Wait, so they're attacking allies of mine?
They are, but
Oh,
let's... Hurls magical flames at a creature. It's a dexterity saving throw. Does it work on non-attacks?
I don't think so.
Okay.
How far away are we right now?
You're actually pretty close to each other. So, D&D mechanics, technically Ren and this creature went over first, but they immediately fell 60 feet. When the dragon dropped, you also immediately fell 60 feet.
Right. So, like, within 10 feet?
Pretty much where they're at on the map from each other, so you're 15 feet from Ren, give or take.
Alright.
Alright, they do target you, Osborne, and need you to make a DC 16 dexterity saving throw.
Fortunately, I'm really good at these.
That's what I like to hear. Wow, that is good.
Actually, I'm terrible at them. That was just lucky.
Half as much damage and doesn't catch fire, so you'll suffer 5 points of fire damage.
The token's not updating, but the count on my sheet is. So
I see the token update. You might need to refresh.
Yeah, for some reason, the first time I do it, I always have to refresh, and then it seems to work for the rest of the session.
All right, that is their turn. Osborne, it's yours.
hang on, I just refreshed and get character sheets back up.
Yeah, no rush.
Okay, Nova and Dargon are 450 feet, well, 390 feet below us, and gaining rapidly. I will skydive fly over to this creature, if I can. And I would like to help Ren restrain this creature. So I will give it either I will roll separately or what, but to kind of tie this creature up or best we can restrain it. You know, I know how mages work. We deal with them. We were trained on them. You know, hands tied, potentially a gag. Eliminate the somatic and verbal component issues.
What are you, a cat?
What are you, a cat?
Yes.
Yeah.
So did you watch The Departed 2 or 3 times before you started to play Osborne?
Yes.
Let's see. You're trying to restrain them so they can't cast spells.
So either I will restrain them, or I can give. My plan was I am helping Ren, so like I will use my action to give the help.
Okay, so you'll help Ren with their next action.
Yep.
Okay, I like it. Well, I would have you guys buck against the dragon as it attempts to stay on, but instead, at the bottom of the round, that's going to be its movement. It's falling. You have one round here before that dragon hits at terminal velocity. Well, maybe not terminal velocity, but pretty fucking fast, pretty fucking hard. Ren.
It might be terminal velocity.
I would like to in turn help Osborne. With my bonus action, I can use that help action.
You guys are such
And when
a
I
nice
do so, we'll both get 3 temporary HP.
It's nice that you guys can high five while you're doing the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah.
Then yeah, I'll restrain him. Yeah, that's my plan.
All right, and tell me specifically, because it's going to be difficult in just one swift movement to make it so they can't cast any spells.
Oh, I'm not worried about that. I want to have them not stab me with the pike.
So you're just trying to restrain them?
Or disarm them, one of the two.
Okay. Choose.
I
gonna go
am a
with-
guard. I have manacles.
Yeah, so why did you help me instead of using the manacles?
Ugh.
This is why I helped you, so then you can do it.
The high five breaks. Never to be returned.
I'll try and disarm them.
Maybe my help was handing you the manacles. Yes.
Well, maybe if that's the case, I would try and use the manacles.
All right. With the help action, this is doable. Now, they are going to resist against you. Make a strength check.
Athletics or strength?
Strength. Unfortunately, you don't have the proficiency you normally
12.
have. This is a big one. They're going to roll against you.
Oh,
They are just barely able to keep those from clasping around their wrist.
Hey, do you know what's fun about Fortune of the Many? I can use this a number of times equal to my proficiency bonus.
shit's good.
I like that. What are you, Hobgoblin?
Yeah.
I like that you basically have like I cast embarrassment.
Yeah.
Don't make me look bad in front of my friends, dude.
You know, like when like
Social
somebody
pressure.
trips and then they start doing push-ups, like to pretend like that's where they're on the floor. Like that's all I think of, like when anybody does this ability. Okay,
Yeah, but social pressure. Osborne and Arthanos look at me, so I have to perform.
Yeah.
You are able to put them in manacles. They are effectively restrained. They can still attack, but they are going to have disadvantage in the manacles.
Great. Yeah, alright. That's really it. Can I actually... No, that's an action and a bonus action. Never mind. Carry on.
As a wayward son, it is Arthanos.
Okay, so Tony, I would like you to rule on how far the sound you can make with minor illusion would travel, and if I could yell with it loud enough that Nova would be able to hear me. Because I know that dragon far fucking away right now. But it doesn't say that the sound only travels 30 feet.
Terminal velocity of a human. It's only about
It should be
120
less than the
kilometers.
speed of sound, right?
Yeah, you sound's got to be faster, right?
I would think so.
Significantly. The speed of sound is close to 500 miles an hour. Terminal velocity of the human body is 143 to 148.
We're getting very technical here. I'm just saying, if I use minor illusion, do I think it'll reach her ears? Whether or not she'll
A
listen to me is a
lion's
different
roar,
fucking
a beating of
story.
drums, or any other sound you choose. I'm going to say no, and here's my reasoning. Sound might be faster, but it still has to play the catch-up game and get over all this wind in between.
This is why I was asking. 'cause, like,
I'm going to
obviously-
say that's a bit of a stretch, but I will say this. You have recently cast magic more powerful than you realized you could. It was dangerous.
Yes.
You might be able to try to do so again.
All right, I'm gonna try to make as loud, like to amplify my voice as much as possible, and just yell, "Let go!"
You immediately start to well up this magic, and you can feel something inside you tear. This is stronger
Uh-oh.
than you intend it to be. Would you like to continue?
Sure. Yes.
Make an Arcana check. There is this deafening boom, and all over you are momentarily. God it. Words fucking suck. All of you are temporarily deafened. Nova, you hear a crashing sound of Arthanos' voice, almost like it's coming from the thunder gods themselves telling you to let go.
I'm not gonna let go. I have something planned. Nova doesn't
Okay.
listen to orders very well.
It's more pleading, but all right.
Sure.
All right.
Sorry, Arthanos,
I tried.
have a plan. No, I know.
It's okay.
Sorry.
No, you do you. Like that's fine.
We really need to work on planning before we just get into catapults.
Nah.
Probably a good idea.
Especially when taking on dragons.
Anything
Not
else?
letting mouthy little goblins talk us into, or gnomes talk us into something crazy.
I mean, I don't know that they did. Ren and I saw the catapult, and Ren went, "You know what we should do?" And Osborne went, "Get in the fucking catapult."
If we live through this, we're going to discuss nightly plans.
Like what if scenarios? What if
Okay.
Arthanos?
blank
Anything else for you?
happens, we do blank.
That is the end of my turn.
Nova.
Because I'm assuming that took my action anyway.
Yeah.
So I kind of hear Arthanos yell something, but the ground's rushing up real quick, and I'm discombobulated, and the world doesn't make sense. And I am going to actually reach up and grab the necklace medallion that Akash had, that I know he got, that he thinks he got from a god. And I know that after he got that, he was able to start doing healing and kind of miraculous things that he couldn't do before. And if that can happen and we're on a dragon, and I'm going to send out a prayer to the gods, and then I'm going to try stabbing the dragon one more time to see if I can break its stupor and pull up at the same time.
Let's see that roll.
Technical difficulties.
I will ask you this. Are you content with your roll?
Are you allowed to use your fate dice?
I was hoping to use my fate dice for something else, but
You?
yeah, I'm pleading out to the gods that may or may not exist, and
You're keeping this?
yeah, I'm keeping it.
Roll a d100. Before you hit enter, Blake,
Yeah.
are good things high or low?
Always high.
Please hit enter. Gex,
It's good.
Upper third.
you are unable to sink your blade into the through the armor plating, the dagger scales of the dragon. And Gex, it is yours.
All right. So, how far away are these people struggling with this person? Is it relative, like, give or take 15 feet, but just slightly angled down more since they fell
Yeah,
first?
I mean, and we're talking like 5-10 feet. Again, falling mechanics aren't perfect in D&D, but you're pretty much on the same plane of, plane, like verticality. Horizontal.
Yeah, 7 for a 7. Yeah.
Yeah.
Without letting go of my box, because I figure if I let go of the box falls faster than I do, then it breaks, then I'm devastated.
You'll never sleep again.
Yeah, exactly. I want to take out my short bow and try to take a shot at that guy. So they seem struggling.
Let's see it.
Now, is this sneak attack?
Yes, because you will roll with a disadvantage, because you don't have a...
Because we're falling through the air. And
Yeah,
it's
I'm
just
gonna
train.
stick to that. But because I removed the disadvantage for sneak attack, you can still sneak attack this.
All right, let's give it a shot. Literally. Eh.
Give me 1 second.
Roll the 2.
Attack rolls against the creature have advantage, and the creature's attack rolls have disadvantage. So because the creature is restrained by the manacles that Ren and Osborne expertly put onto it, you roll without disadvantage at 21 hits for 18
All right.
piercing damage. Yeah, maybe.
How
Here we go. There.
close to the ground are we now?
You start at 477. So you're going to be at 417.
So not at all.
At the end of the round, you'll be at another 60 down.
All right, I guess I just continue to descend and watch this fight in the air happen.
This creature with disadvantage is... Well, they're not happy about it. I always get the good part of the song when this creature's turn is up. I'm digging it. So I'm trying to figure out what I want to do here. This creature reaches out below them and creates a wall. There is immediately small jagged blades like dragon scales that erect beneath you from here to here
Fuck.
as they cast Blade Barrier.
Evocation 6.
Jesus
Ren,
Christ.
they grab you by the collar and pull you close to them, holding you in place. Osborne, there is a wall of blades that you are falling onto. What are you going to
Yep.
do?
I'm going to hit this creature 3 times and make it break concentration.
I like it. Let's see it.
Advantage on the first one
Yep. This will be with the hammer end.
because I helped. Oh, and +2 because flanking.
Oops.
With flanking, you do hit.
Okay. Yikes.
Unable to connect with the second one as you send them into a spin, and the third.
Oh,
You know, it's funny this comes up now.
Ooh,
So that's 14 plus an additional 22. What's quick math on that?
that's 36.
14 plus 22 is 36, making the DC 18.
That's why I bring you here.
Plus the first, you still got to do a concentration on the first one.
Yeah,
first one
I'm
to 10,
not.
They got that.
I don't know if they can fail the first one. Actually, they can. Yeah, actually, I overestimated them by a considerable amount. They
Nope.
fail on the first one.
Get fucked, stupid elf bitch.
Jeez, so hostile.
Smoky elf bitch. Listen, I can say that, I'm an elf.
Yeah.
The spell breaks, and they continue to plummet. Well done, Osborne. Anything else for you?
No, that was my action, so I can't continue to try to tie him up. So
All right. All of you fall another 60 feet. At the bottom and top of the round, the dragon hits the water. What's max fall damage?
20 D10.
20 D10.
So 200.
Pulling up the
Assuming
font.
we're using.
I believe you.
D10s.
I just want to make sure.
Now, if it's incapacitated and it can't brace itself from the fall, does that mean anything? Probably not.
It means it takes 20 fucking D10 of damage.
Alright.
And then it was fine.
I don't know if I'd say fine, but.
oof.
Ooh.
It suffers 110 bludgeoning damage as it hits the water. And Nova, you also suffer 110 bludgeoning damage as you come to a full stop upon this dragon's back as it
Fuck.
crashes into the ocean.
I am most certainly dead.
In fact, you are.
Fucking
Does the
dead.
dragon take extra bludgeon damage from her body hitting it?
Just like that.
2 points.
That's it?
Nova, roll
It's just-
1d10 spite damage.
Huh.
Sam, was this your plan?
No. No, I really thought we would swing something for the fences and it would work. But also dragon.
Listen, like a lot of white women, she saw a dangerous creature and saw a puppy.
Yep. Was gonna have to get a selfie with it. Don't know why that went bad.
I say white women like I don't do the same thing. Like,
I mean, you identify as a white woman.
fair enough. Ren, top of the round.
We're just really gonna move past this, huh? Just dead?
Ren, don't die. I don't want to be the
You
only
see
one.
a massive crater from the impact splash zone of this dragon, and listen, she's a mage. Maybe she found a way out.
Yeah, wizards do that. That's a fair point. You know what?
Wait.
You make a
Wait.
wait.
Wait a second. Featherfall. A falling creature's rated, etc. If the creature lands before the spell ends, it takes no falling damage and can land on its feet.
Yes, no, if she had chosen to descend through the spell.
Okay, I
But
just thought
she
I'd
was
point it out in
tethered to
case.
the dragon's momentum.
Yeah.
But
I
it
really
does
thought
say
you
she
had something
takes
there.
no fall damage.
It does not
Doesn't
make
say
her
from
immune to
falling.
fall damage. The spell, as I imagine it, is if you use it to fall... Because falling at 60 feet around is actually pretty quick still.
Yeah.
Right? You could hurt yourself if you didn't land correctly. But the spell allows you to not take damage from falling at 60 feet.
Okay. I read it as like can't. Like you're
I do not
essentially immune, but
interpret it as
it
immune
doesn't
to
say
fall
immune,
damage.
So that's fair. That's fair, I think. I don't know. I tried.
Listen, I'm gonna kill this woman, and that's all there is to it.
Can we
Thanks for trying, Kevin.
for a fate die? What do we got here? We pull
I
a
mean,
resource.
who's spending their fate die?
That's true.
And
Did
what
have
is
a
the
fate
damage?
die.
She has one.
She has one.
Yeah, but she's saving it.
I don't. Sorry, I didn't think I used it. Like it wasn't my turn.
Let go at the last second as a reaction. Featherfall.
I mean,
Good. You weren't
Does Nova
cheating.
have Featherfall?
No, but
No,
she
I
is
don't know.
feather falled.
yeah,
she
it's
has-
She is
awful.
feather felled.
Do the elevator thing where you jump right before it hits. That was
Exactly.
great.
Take the magic back.
I mean, take that.
Get mad.
If,
How do
I
you
mean,
damn limits?
if I can, I imagine I would have maybe jumped at the last second before we like landed into the water, but I don't know if I can retcon that or.
It's
if
not a
that's even
retcon yet.
out.
Nobody's turn has come yet. So
Okay,
the
then-
dragon's going to hit this ocean at 110 falling points of damage. What are you doing?
I would like to disengage and try to like jump. Like I don't know. I imagine the same way I'd react if I was landing, like if a plane was crashing. Like I don't know if this will work. Maybe.
Crash positions.
Right.
Do you have an umbrella you can open?
Well, the irony, right, is like that it works because she's got Featherfall on her.
So, as you did not do this on your turn, I am going to ask for the price to be paid. If you would like to change your fate, you will have to spend a fate die.
I will spend my fate die.
It is better to spend your fate die to change your fate rather than to die. You let go at the last moment, and immediately as you lurch upwards, it is all sorts of awful feeling because your momentum is being stopped.
Oh yeah.
You're going from incredible terminal speed to just 60 feet, but you don't take any damage from it. The spell protects you as
Vomits
it
on the
cushions
back of
you, and you are now between 1 and 27 feet above the ocean. You can choose how high.
Okay. And you know what makes all of this even worse? Is I'm gonna think I have magic again. Like
Maybe
for
you
a
do.
split second, I'm gonna be like, "Oh, my magic works." Or I get my heart broken again.
Tony.
Oh, now it's sad.
Red.
Yeah, I lived. Oh no.
Aw. But is life worth living?
I mean, there's
Can't
still
get your
shopping.
magic back if you're dead.
Ready
Or
for
maybe you
something
can't, I don't know, it's
stupid,
magic.
Tony?
You can get your body back when you die.
you
This
can try.
This entire fight has been different than I wanted. I just wanted you guys to fight on a dragon. But instead, you're like, what if we send the dragon to hell?
Like one round.
Throw hell into
What if
Tony, what you told me to do was pick a bunch of spells that could create some sort of epic moment.
I do like.
What-
I wanted you guys to fight on a dragon party. Okay, but what if instead we didn't do any of that?
Yeah, what if instead we dumped out our explorer's pack, free falling through the sky, and then put it on this enemy's head so they can't see?
Yeah, and watch
That'd be a good idea.
the dragon.
Like we saw a video of a bunch of skydivers pretending to fight. We're like, yeah, that's what we want to do.
I just imagine right now we're doing the skydiver ring. Everyone's
Yeah.
holding
Yeah.
hands. Watching the
Rin's logic.
Listen,
You
I did a
can't shoot
wizard
what you
thing for
can't
once
see.
and it worked. I'm satisfied.
like the saddles.
It's just gone. Oh, this is much more intimidating without the safety of the dragon corpse.
Right.
Is the dragon dead?
Ah.
it
dragon
sinks
just
beneath the
disappeared
surface of the water?
Okay.
Oh, yeah, anyways, dump my explorer's pack out. I'll have to buy that shit later. Bag on the head.
You're going to put a bag
I think a
on their
box-
head? Is that
I'm
a real
going to put
thing?
a bag on their head, yeah, so they can't see. Ren isn't smart, but he knows things. You need to aim when you cast spells, right? Can't aim if you can't see.
Listen, I want to say that I respect that you're doing this in character. Have an inspiration. I feel like you're going to be disappointed, but go ahead.
Yeah, no, that's okay. They're named Fire Eyes. I'm sure they can, like, shoot laser beams or something. It's fine.
Don't look too far into that. It's possible I adjusted a character sheet and did not remove that.
Yeah, anyways, put a bag on their head.
Make another strength check. They will contest.
22.
Oof. It's not going well for them. They now have a bag on their head.
Yeah, and I pull the drawstring to sense it close, like around the neck, and then I'm gonna kick off.
All right.
Good luck, Osborne.
Now, in the air, you can move half your speed. If you would like to kick off of them. Arthanos, it is yours.
Okay. Well, I imagine from up here we can't fucking see if Nova's alive. So I just gotta hope that she let go.
It's because she wears like a lot of blues, you know?
Yeah, just blending in.
I will say you can see her form just above the water.
Okay. So she didn't sync with the dragon. Also, the dragon upon taking damage is no longer charmed. But it doesn't know that it was charmed. Which is kind of bullshit, I think. But
I knew it just fell out of the sky for no reason.
yeah, it's suddenly drowning.
Electrolytes. It's the electrolyte imbalance.
I'm gonna, aim my sword at this bitch
Diabetes.
and do the yeah, it's Wilfred Brimley. Do the diving sword pointed out at it thing, like try to get as much velocity as I can, and oh look, suddenly it's green flame. Why didn't? Whoops. Oh!
Green flame!
And your crit will stand as it has disadvantage.
That's
Or
damage.
You have advantage and disadvantage.
You're gonna-
So,
Burn the bag up.
yeah.
No, I'm not hitting the bag. I'm
No, leave
going
the
for the
bag.
torso.
Paid good money for that
They
bag.
suffer
It's
10
embroidered.
piercing damage and an additional 14 fire.
I was
Wait,
worried
I better
it
check.
was 0.
Fire.
I bet they're
fire.
immune to fire.
They suffer 0 fire damage.
God damn it! I fucking knew it.
It's riding a dragon.
Yeah, well, maybe the dragon's immune to fire and it's not. I don't know. You never know.
It's got smoke coming out of its face.
Could just
It's
be a
true.
person. That's my turn, unless I'm gonna do. You know what? We'll say that my fucking familiar isn't here because none of this would make sense. I feel like it'd be significantly higher than us. So yeah, that's gonna be my turn.
So like the cat like saw us getting onto the catapult. It was like, no, thank you, and just stayed on the ground.
Just didn't
The
fly
cat-
as fast.
The cat
It's trying to catch up.
The cat is still on the castle rooftop licking its butthole.
Nova, adjust your initiative back in since you're no longer dead.
Please.
Do a 10.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to reorder it. Sorry about
Arthanos, you stab well, and True Gex, it is yours.
that. It's Nova's. That's what I was trying to point out. It's hers.
Yeah.
What's her
Because you
turn?
have to reroll. It's 10.
Nova, it's yours, like I said.
So there's a moment of elation, thinking that maybe my magic wasn't fully gone, even though this is not a spell I have. And then I imagine I hit the water.
You will fall at the end of your turn into the ocean.
Yeah. I don't have a backup plan. Yeah, like just landing. So.
Okay. On the initiative of 5, it is Gex.
Still falling. Still trying to shoot. Achoo!
You have advantage and disadvantage. A 9 doesn't do it.
It's a big miss. I will continue to be in my box.
I'm the man.
This is gonna look so fucking ridiculous. It's just this woman who's shackled in midair, being held by a big man, now been stabbed, has a fucking bag over her head. Or his, it's an elf, I don't know.
On the
Pretty sure
initiative
it's a dragon.
of 4.9.
Wait, is Osborne grappling her?
I believe only Rin was grappling her. Osborne was helping.
Which means she falls. Right?
Yeah. And she's not Featherfall.
Oh, Oh, yeah, so if you relinquish her, she will fall 357 feet.
Like because what it was Ren going like, "You got this, right?" And before Osborne going to say, "What? No."
So
We go ahead and
that's what,
to somebody
10?
that's not expecting it. You just drop it on the ground.
So hold on, how much fall damage is that? Where's my...
It's 10, 1d10 for every 10 feet. So 200 feet is max damage of 20d10.
Thank you.
What I said.
You didn't say thank you.
Huh?
But I did say you're welcome.
You guys gaslighting each other again?
Yep.
Maybe.
This creature falls 107 feet into the ocean. Hits it with a loud splash.
Is the ocean red around where it hit?
It is white and foamy from the rough and choppy nature of them entering the water.
And let's not forget, its hands are tied, so it can't swim very well. Also, is it in armor?
Anything else for you, Osborne?
And it's got a bag on its head.
Yeah. Fucking waterboarding it.
Well, you never gave me that turn, but sure, yeah, man.
We may never give you a turn.
That was the creature falling. That wasn't my turn.
Yeah, I asked anything else for you, Osborne. This is your turn.
I mean, I was trying to frantically come up with something just to prove you wrong, but I continue to flow with my friends, hoping that Nova is okay.
Excellent. On the initiative of 1, Nova, you descend into the water and you are not okay. You feel the ocean swirling beneath you. It starts to rock you back and forth, and the great maw of a red dragon attempts to gobble you up.
Oh fuck!
Yikes.
I need...
It can't be confused even for a minute. It's underwater suddenly.
Oh. Fuck. So am I fully underwater or?
You
Yeah.
are about halfway into this creature's mouth.
Oh my god.
Look at it this way: if it swallows you, it's also swallowing a bunch of water, so no fire's coming out at least.
That's.
Yeah, it'll just be
Indigestion.
steam.
Just got a Pinocchio that bitch.
I just got a Pinocchio. I am going to.
It has advantage as you are in the water.
Er,
But so is it.
Yeah.
It's comfortable here.
okay.
Yikes.
A red dragon?
Yeah.
That doesn't sound like aquatic. All right, whatever.
Is it also fire damage?
No, in fact, it does not make any attempt to actually deal damage to you. It is just swallowing you whole.
It's just gonna swallow me whole. I mean,
It does not chew,
it just swallow. Okay.
So no damage?
so no
Question mark?
damage. You are inside the belly of a dragon.
Oh my god. Okay.
You are effectively restrained.
Can I grapple and try to like stab it now that I'm like in the mouth or the belly?
You
Like
can.
stabbing inside?
Here's how this works.
Okay.
You are inside the creature. You cannot miss, but if you do not meet its AC, you
Yeah.
will not do significant damage.
Okay.
Make an attack roll with disadvantage. Well, actually, that was its turn, so we'll go back.
Okay.
This will be on your turn. Sorry.
Okay.
Top of the round, it's Ren. You see emerging out of the water and gaining a little bit of altitude, a red dragon.
I look for something I can throw at it. Then I find a healing potion. I'm like, oh, all right. And then I drink a healing potion.
Why did I think I was about to be thrown at the dragon?
And why am I disappointed? All right, you are able to drink a healing potion. Anything else for you?
And yeah, I can move laterally half my movement, right?
Yeah. Oh, and at the end of the round, you would have fallen another...
60 feet.
So where'd we end up? 350 something?
Was it 357?
Feel
So
like
now
we're
it should be 293. 297? Yeah.
Glad somebody's keeping track of this.
It's necessary, it seems.
Yep. I will take hold of a box, a footlocker, and I will steady the box from like tumbling. To use the help action.
All right, I like it.
Yeah.
Arthenos.
Fuck. Well, what's the range on that? 60 feet. What a joke. What's the range on that? 60 feet. Fuck my life. Alright. I guess can't really speed up the falling, so I'm just gonna try to get myself in such a position
You can
that...
speed up the falling.
Can we? I thought...
Yeah, you
Fall.
can just not feather fall anymore. Just
I don't think you can... it's not concentration, so I don't think you can just dismiss it.
I think there actually is a stipulation there. I think we looked for this before, but not in the spell as
Anyway.
it's currently written. But
I
yeah,
don't intend to fucking
If you want
dismiss
to hit the
feather
water
fall.
at 350, I'm fine with it.
No, I'm good. I was just thinking like nosedive and try to gain a bit of speed, but no, it's 60. I'm just going to try to position myself such that I can latch onto the dragon when it rises up out of the water. So, yeah.
All right.
Because somehow I feel like my firebolt not going to do any damage to it. Also, it's like twice as far as it needs to be, right? Because the range is 120 feet. Yep.
Nova,
Not firebolting.
you're inside this creature. What are you doing?
So there's like a lot has happened in the last 5 minutes? 2? Yeah.
30
We're under a
seconds.
minute.
Like
yeah.
40 seconds.
Right. We were flying through the air. Suddenly I felt my magic disappear. Now we're on a dragon. Now I'm riding a dragon. Now the dragon's falling. My companions are gone. Like this happened. And ending with me in the belly of a dragon. Maybe underwater? I can't really tell anymore. And so I'm gonna reach one more time for my magic, and I'm gonna pop this, what this spell's called. Or ability.
Is this the ability that we discussed?
Yeah.
You feel your spell slots burning away. Those reserves of magical energy, one by one, lighting up and flaring through your body. I need you to roll a D100 to see if you lose your magic forever.
Cool.
I hit it.
Oh, if it was 69, would I have kept it?
A 69 is always a success. Let's make that a house rule. You feel your spell slots flare up and give you incredible strength. Anything else for you this turn?
I mean, can I attack?
You can.
So this gives me advantage on attack rolls. Gives me a whole bunch of shit.
Yeah. For an extra 2d4 force damage. You attack twice. So, okay, bam. Advantage. But I think it's disadvantage to straight roll, right?
Straight roll.
Okay. So 6 and a 19.
19 hits. You deal 4 piercing and an additional 11 force. Minus 4.
Oh,
minus
that
11.
should be. Hang on, that should be plus 2. Because it's the charisma modifier for attack and damage rolls.
And an additional 2 damage.
Sorry.
It's actually a sizable hit. You're inside the gullet of this creature, still being thrust down its gigantic throat, and you just reach out with this weapon, tearing these huge chunks of flesh, almost drowning yourself in its blood as you are finally pushed into its stomach.
And I'd like to, just for a theatrical flair, from my Summer Abroad with the Giants, I would like to, by slashing, to actually be carving the rune for final death.
I fucking love it. Have an inspiration. As you were swallowed...
Ours? I don't know.
What's up?
Is it his, mine, ours? Who knows?
Yeah. As you were swallowed down into its belly, though, you will suffer 4 acid damage.
Okay.
Regardless of how this turns out, I'm going to say that this is one of the most satisfying boss fights in D&D that I've ever witnessed.
That's kind of sad.
Fuck you, this is cool.
This is cool,
Yeah.
Gex.
but like, play with Tony more, I guess.
Yeah, good save there, Austin. Fuck you.
I'm not saying the other ones you've done are bad, Tony. I'm just saying, like, I like
Tony in
this.
one word.
I like how this is turning out. That's what I mean.
This
Fuck
is
all
what's
y'all.
called a backhanded compliment.
That's not even what I meant.
Every time.
I mean the events as they have transpired, not the design of the fight. Fuck
They're
you.
talking about me, Kevin. I don't think they're
yeah.
roasting
You
which
that was,
is
your you said, "Hey man, this is rad," and Austin
Yeah.
went, "Oh, you're both fucking idiots."
The
Okay.
things that you like are
Yeah,
dumb.
Okay.
Clearly, I am. Went right over my fucking head.
Gex.
How close is? You said the dragon is rising out of the water.
Yeah,
Is
it's
it
got
like
about...
fully out of the water?
Ooh, let's give it some movement here. It could not dash. It's going to be 60 feet out of the water. And,
Okay.
and to answer your point, Kevin, no, it doesn't have a swim speed, but it can eat her as it emerges out of the water.
Okay. I actually wasn't going to ask that.
Yeah, no, but you brought it up, and like, now I feel honored to defend myself.
This is one of those times where I feel like I shouldn't shoot the dragon. So I'm
Well,
gonna not shoot the dragon and see how this plays out.
I mean, technically, you have an ally within 5 feet of it.
That's
I like
Yeah,
that.
but-
really can't argue otherwise, right? Might even
I mean,
be able to argue
if-
within 0 feet.
If the dragon gets shot, looks directly up and sees a goblin falling in a box, I think I'm dead.
If you
Just saying.
critically strike it, you'll pierce it and hit Nova too.
I think I'm gonna have to attack it.
I'm glad that
Roll
was
the dice.
point.
You have advantage.
But also disadvantage because of long range.
The 22.
Which is pretty good.
Yeah?
All right. 22 will hit, and I'm counting her as an ally as she distracts the creature from inside. You see it recoil as it seems to suffer some sort of unknown, some sort of phantom pain. Your attack is successful, and you get sneak attack damage. And
Sweet.
a big
I
hit.
high five Ren for holding my box steady while I shot.
Yeah. I'm holding you against my shoulder like a rifle.
Oh, let's
The whole box.
put Nova right here. All right. Anything else for you, Gex?
Nope.
You can bonus action hide down in the box if you would like. Osborne, it's yours.
Yeah, man, it's a whole thing. I will. So we're what? We're at 240 question mark. And it's at 60.
297, and it's at 60.
Okay. I would like to hold my action. Bear with me. Hold on, replaying everything I was going to do. I would like to hold my action to try to grapple this creature and ride it.
All right. If it gets within range, you'll have a chance to grapple onto it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, because it is such a large creature, you don't really grapple onto. You don't stop it. Instead, you adhere yourself to it.
Yeah. That was kind of my plan.
Excellent.
I'm trying to hook it on the way by and go for a ride.
It is going to ascend further, bringing it up to 140. What's the difference there? Excuse me. Hiccups.
157.
It is going to dash. Gaining an additional 80 feet of height, but also maneuvering further away from you.
Oh.
So it will get to 220. And at the end of the round, you will fall another 60, bringing you to 237. Ren.
I take out my chain and my hook, and I would like to ready an attack roll.
You ready an attack, Arthanos.
So we can move.
Up to half your speed as you sort of drift through the air.
So full speed if you dash.
I'll allow it.
Okay. I'll somehow dash in the air and try to land on the dragon.
Okay. You won't actually have an attempt to land on it until you fall further.
Okay.
So it's not going to be till the end of the round. Would you like to commit to that? You are pretty vulnerable.
Oh, fucking it gets to move first. Yeah, fuck it. I'll do it.
All right. Nova, you're inside this creature.
I am going to stick with my plan and keep carving runes into it and attacking.
Let's see what those look like. The first one is a hit.
So you don't want to spend your expiration, right?
It'll take...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'll use my expiration for the second one.
Okay, make a reroll.
Ha!
Ooh, all right.
So that's 4d12?
It's going to be 6d12 for the first one as well.
Whoops.
Fuck.
This creature is hurt. It is just barely clinging to life. As Nova, you just carve into it these huge chunks of damage. Anything else for you?
So I speak Draconic, and so the whole time I'm doing this, I'm just cursing in Draconic at it, like spitting out, like, you know, the dragon blood and acid, and just gone, like, completely feral in the belly of the dragon.
I'm digging it. I'm all for it, all about it. Take 2d6 acid damage at the end of your turn.
I was gonna say, oh, it's getting worse. Apparently not. Oh no, it was 2d6 before. That was 2d4. Cool.
It is now Gex's turn.
Finally, the dragon and I can see eye to eye. Speaking of eye, I'm going to shoot it in its eye. Arthanos is not next to it, but Nova is still inside it, right?
Yes, you have sneak attack. It is distracted by the massive amount of damage she's doing as she gives it an incredible ulcer.
All right, I want to adjust the camera angle so that when I shoot the arrow, it goes in front of the sun and looks really cool before hitting. Now I'm going to miss saying that. I missed.
That checks out. The camera angle gets distracted by a seagull.
Oh, sweet. Look at that thing.
You fucking love seagulls, man. You are unable to connect as the wind takes your action away from you. And it's going to be Osborne.
Okay. So we are 17 feet above this thing, and then distance as written.
Yeah, pretty much.
Read one thing here. Bonus action. Dope. I will kind of half my movement to drift out in front of my friends, and then unnaturally loud. Like, I'm not casting it, but I have thaumaturgy from the divine beat thing. Osborne will shout out. I just lost my train of thought. Nah, whatever. He's gonna shout something inspiring. Blake is spacing and cast Compel Duel.
I like it. Wisdom saving throw.
And then he will ready. So that's a bonus action. He will ready his action to, hopefully, having drawn this creature to him, to mount it.
Disadvantage on attack rolls against creatures other than you, and must make a Wisdom saving throw each time it attempts to move to a space that's more than 30 feet away from you. Succeeds on the saving throw. Okay.
So my hope is that this drew it into me to grab.
You see on its turn, it reaches up, about to grab Arthanos out of the air and just tear him to pieces with its massive claws. When your force of will overcomes it, it leaves Arthanos alone, drifts over here, and as it is flying past you, it is going to let out a massive gout of flames.
Save me, but curse the others.
He's a hero.
Careful, he's a hero.
That's how we'll remember him, Gex, and Ren.
57?
Jesus Christ!
It's a dragon.
What have you done to me?
You're in a
It
box.
would've-
I'm sure it'll just apply heat metal to it.
It would have just been me, or it might have missed entirely. Because I have stupid AC.
Do I get any advantages for being in a box?
What box? You mean being wrapped in ashes?
Yeah, that one.
Not so much. It lets out a roar of flame.
We all die.
Rin,
Wait, doesn't... Oh,
you
that's
fail. Nova. Oh, Nova, you're fine. You're in the belly.
That's
No,
Osborne.
it's Osborne.
Oh, okay. Sorry. So, Osborne, you fail. Gex, you're doing okay.
The box.
Like,
It protected
Holy
him.
it's just the lid that is left. Yeah, it
What
makes
is
an
worth,
effective
Blake? I
shield.
appreciate it.
So my plan was to draw it to me so I could ride it, but
Yeah. It had
Oh, wait.
another idea.
Challenge accepted.
Forgot one of the two things dragons do.
It does
Fire,
provoke an attack of
right.
opportunity, though, as it enters your readied action.
Great. Yep, that checks out.
Those of you that fail suffer 57 fire damage,
Jesus.
or half on a success.
I'm
Tony,
still up.
I have a question.
Mhm.
When it flew by me, did I have an opportunity to land on it? Or no? Because otherwise my ass will be too low.
Right, I see what you're saying. Make an athletics check to try and wrangle this thing as it flaps past you.
Just to like grab onto its back.
Mhm.
Oh! That's
You
not great. Oh, wait,
dip
wait!
your fingers?
Wait a second. That's not better. I rolled a 12. Never mind.
You try to grip your fingers underneath the scales of this creature as it drifts out of your touch, out of your reach,
Sorry,
with
didn't mean
you
to do that.
not tethered to it. It breathes
Okay.
fire and then flies over here.
Fuck.
It is going to kind of try fly downward a bit to keep you level with it as it begins to juggle you. Ren, make a death save.
Yes, sir.
Arthanos, it is your turn. Things are getting pretty desperate.
Okay.
Might say things are getting heated.
Fucking microwaved.
Tony, I'm gonna roll this. I'm not necessarily casting it, but I'm gonna ask you: if I levitate, will I stop falling?
Yes.
Okay, I levitate myself.
Yeah.
Is this a good thing?
Good
Do we
luck,
want
everybody.
I mean, now I'm not falling, and I can get over to the dragon. Maybe.
Can you? How do you move laterally with levitate?
If you were the target, you move up and down as part of your move. Otherwise, you can use your action to move the target, which must remain within the spell's range. So I
Yeah,
can't
huh?
move.
You're a
this turn.
balloon.
The target can only move by pushing and pulling against a fixed object or surface?
Yep. You are a balloon.
You can only change up and down.
Wait.
You might be able to exhale
Okay.
like really strongly though.
You
Pass
can
gas.
use your. Oh yeah, okay, never mind. I was reading that as like magically. Let's not levitate myself then.
All Kevin
was definitely-
wants is a balloon spell.
That's not all I want. I want fly, but I
This
just
is
take
twice
fly.
now.
Ooh.
You know, you did wizard shit twice. It worked once. That's a 50% success rate on wizard shit.
Still higher than usual for me.
It is a higher success rate than my wizard
I
shit.
believe in you.
You believe in me? That's
I
misplaced
believe
faith.
in you.
Believe it, believe it, believe
Whatever
it.
you're gonna do this turn, Kevin, make it count.
Uh-huh.
You can have my inspiration.
Oh, but I don't think I have an attack.
I don't care.
Well, like, okay. I
Oh,
guess I just have
and
inspiration. No.
sorry, at the end of the round, nothing happens.
Oh, okay. Cast a rope trick here. Just go into a hole. No.
It's a valid. It's valid as fuck.
Okay. How far away is this fuck? 50 feet. Tony, since I can move 35 feet, what is half there? Is it 20 or is it 50?
I'll give you 20. I'll round up for you.
Okay. I'm gonna Misty Step. No, I'm gonna move
Okay.
closer to him and then Misty Step onto the dragon. How's that?
Okay.
All right.
How's that work for you?
Yeah. I'm good with it.
Okay. So, do I land on the dragon?
Make an athletics or an acrobatics check to hold on.
God damn it! Wait,
14
inspiration.
is enough.
Okay, I
I
don't
think
use
the DC
inspiration.
we set was 14.
Okay. Thought it was 50.
I think I let someone succeed on 14, so I want to say it was 14.
Okay, I'm okay with this. I'm now on the dragon.
Don't you still have attacks and stuff?
Yeah. What? That's a bonus action. Thanks for reminding me, Austin.
Yeah, it's amazing.
All right, I'm gonna try to stab it behind the head or something. Well, I'm
not
not
gonna
doing
make
that.
attacks this round. Use the inspiration I gave you, you twat.
Oh yeah, I didn't use that. I thought I
Jesus.
just used it. Listen, I don't have an excuse for this. It's just bad. I used the inspiration. Do I roll again?
I
Tony, or do you wanna
believed
take
in
the
You
you.
18?
can
Damn
take the
it.
18 or you can roll again.
I believed
gonna-
in you.
Take the 18.
You are able to connect, and this creature suffers 13 piercing damage.
Okay.
It roars a bellow of flames and gnashing teeth. It is still alive, and it is Nova's turn.
Well, I'm gonna stick with what's working. Also because I'm stuck in a belly.
Oh
it's working.
yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, did you remember you had 11 temporary HP from the beginning of this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Let's just say it didn't matter. She
Might
got
have been the
50
difference between that
HP.
110 killing you or not. You never know.
Nova,
That's the extra D12 and everything.
you slash and tear and finish carving this mark into the inside of this dragon. Upon its back at the same time, you stab into the back of its skull, Arthanos, and the creature goes limp, letting out one final roar. And it falls. As it begins to fall, so don't the rest of you. As the effects of Featherfall suddenly end,
What?
and you
It hasn't
plummet
been-
towards the ocean.
It hasn't been 10 turns.
When the water hits you, you wake up.
Off.
Let's backtrack a little bit.
What?
After having a good night's rest,
Hate you, Tony.
What?
after having a good night's rest, you wake up in the morning. First you, Gex, as you hear a voice, a familiar voice that you hear on occasion ever since your time in Vogler, and it says, "Hey, there's something wrong here. Someone new's here."
Someone new?
You're
I
not
look
alone.
around. Am I alone?
Well, where did you fall asleep in Tatina's workshop?
It's a good question. I thought I just would put sleep in the box.
So you wake up alone in the box.
But the room is kind of small, yeah, so I would be able to see everybody. Ren was in the bed.
Would you like to stick your head out and look?
I would, yes.
You stick your head out and look and make a perception check. You don't see anything, and you hear this voice again say, "No, you're looking, but you're not seeing." And you can feel a hand on your shoulder, but obviously you don't see this person that's speaking to you. And all at once, your vision shifts into shades of blues and silver, and you see three figures, almost spectral, like apparitions. And they stand over Nova, where she's sleeping. They seem to be pointing at her and pointing towards Arthanos. And then finally, two of them will disappear from her side and walk over to Arthanos, where they begin to reach out, touch him on his chest, and also speak in in wordless whispers.
Oh, that's kind of weird. Are they... Can I, like, look at their garments, even though they're, like, spirits?
Yes. They appear to be three individuals. Two women and one man. The women you've never seen before. Although from the shades of blues that make up their sort of astral forms, you think that they're wearing a very bright robe and a very dark robe, not too dissimilar to what you've seen Nova wear. The one in the center wears no robe, but you recognize this man. He was at the council chambers. He was very curious when Nova started to claim that she had a trinket that could reveal the truth.
Oh, the mage guy that was laughing?
The same one.
That's curious. So he's just watching them, like, poke the bodies, or is he...
In fact, one of them has stayed at Nova's side, and she is, it looks like, casting a spell. Another one sits beside Arthanos, hand on his chest, is doing the same, while this man seems to be monitoring.
Did he see that I'm... Oh, does he see that I'm awake since the others are busy?
No one makes any obvious motion to acknowledge you.
Just like our party.
And so nothing's changed. Well, in that case, I hop out of the thing and just kind of stroll and get some food and hop back in the thing and just walk.
You grab something to eat, a midnight snack. It's getting close to dawn. It's probably about 4 a.m. or so. And you let them finish their work. As you grab your food and start to snuggle back into your coffin, the voice again says, "Really?" And you feel jostled. You feel something sort of take a hold of you and just trying to shake you around. Don't you think you should let someone know?
This depends on what I grab.
Like what food you have?
Yeah.
Sausage links.
Ooh. Yeah, so I'll go over to the only other. Well, actually, Ren should be okay now, right? I do remember.
He went to sleep feeling better than he first started to feel. But yeah, no, he's probably okay. There's still a smell.
Speaking of smell, I'm gonna take one of the sausage and kind of like put it under his nose to try to jostle him away.
Ren, is this a way that would work for you? Like,
I've already warned everyone once. If you approach me while I'm sleeping, I will try and grapple you into a cuddle.
Into a cuddle.
And I feel like if you're putting a sausage under my nose, you're close enough to be grabbed.
make an athletics check contested by whatever you'd like to contest with, Gex.
It was on Whisper. It was 16.
So you are able to wrangle one sausage into your grip.
I cuddle the sausage. Like a small puppy. Like you're afraid to roll over on. And then it's kind of greasy, and I'm like, dog wet. And I kind of stir awake, and I'm holding a sausage. I take a bite. Hey, what's going on?
It's pretty good, huh? I take a bite.
Spicy. Is that jalapeno?
Also, and I kind of point in the direction of Arthanos and Nova's body.
Hey, what the fuck are you guys doing to them? I just jump out of bed.
Ren, you don't see them.
Oh, I don't do anything then. No, actually, no. I'll say that and jump out, and then realize no one's there. You know what? Nice try. Thanks for the
Osborne
sausage, though.
and Tatina, you awaken. Nova and Arthanos, you're fast asleep.
Osborne will jump up and do the like what? Ha! Hua! Ha! Like underwear karate. Full Archer cartoon moment.
Are you wearing like whitey tighties? Or are you wearing like
Magic underwear, dude.
What does that mean?
What's that?
What does magic underwear mean?
It's the Mormon like undergarments. We always jokingly call them magic underwear.
The
You're wearing,
Mormon undergarment? I have no idea what we're talking about.
They have magic underwear.
I imagine they sewed you into a sack, like a burlap sack,
Yeah.
so that you could
I
remain pure.
I'm just picturing like
Oh
Evan.
my god, it's a real thing.
Yeah, no, I wasn't joking.
This is all I found.
Oh, it's like a
It's a whole thing.
full body thing.
Anyway, so
So like
underwear karate.
the old timey swimsuit, you know?
Yeah, your small clothes.
Anyways, I look around.
Rin sitting up straight looks concerned, but also now not. Gex
I take
is
a bite of
feeding
the
him
sausage.
sausage. Yeah. Osborne, you don't see anything.
I will try to wake up Nova and Arthanos.
When you reach over to Nova and Arthanos and attempt to shake or call their names, they do not stir.
This concerns me.
Do we look distressed?
You look asleep.
Or sleeping?
Next, what do you see? What is this?
Well, kind of looks like a bunch of mages casting spells or something.
Now, when you say that, the mages largely haven't been that interested in you, but when you call them out, they kind of look back and forth. You can see them mouthing something, but you hear no words. One of them looks panicked, and he points at the goblin, you, and the other says something that kind of looks like, that's not possible. And he kind of runs his hand in front of your face.
Like he's touching my face. Like
No, like
grab-
just running it in front of you, like trying to test if you can see him.
Oh, I'm gonna try to grab it.
He looks shocked. And now they all three of them are together. They're bickering back and forth, shouting at each other. Anyone doing anything?
Is
Reading.
something going on?
I roll over.
I'm not sure.
Let me ask you this, Tony.
Mhm.
This is kind of a stretch here. I have blind fighting. Do I sense any other presences in the room within 10 feet of me?
Yes.
Interesting.
I strike out.
As you grab,
Gut punch that guy and you're like, oh!
as you start to strike out, you hear a voice say, "Wait, hold on, just stop it. Just let us explain."
Man, that far grab's really cool.
Tatina is just eating a sausage, wondering what's going on and watching this with some amusement. And you see this sort of projection form. And it is the man that you saw at the council meeting. And he says, "All right, so, very sorry. Mage business?"
No.
Question mark.
That actually works for me. Does that work for you guys? Oh,
Not
okay.
good.
No, that's not good enough.
Your friends are undergoing their test of high sorcery. Normally we'd invite them to one of our towers, but things have gotten very dire in the kingdoms, and your empire is no different. So we thought we'd reach out to them. My name is Abalester, and I am accompanied by 2 other mages, one from each robe, set to administer the tests here. We thought we'd come in quick under the radar, and that, they'd wake up and feel accomplished and better and know that they had succeeded, but the trial is a little bit more difficult for them than we had hoped. So we're still trying to finish.
So you're keeping my friends under magically induced sleep and putting them through a trial?
Well, yes, sort of. They're rejecting the trial. See, usually we bring them to us, and we have them drink from potions that make them more susceptible to illusions. But there is a familial attachment, maybe just the burgeonings of one, but it's one enough that it's unusual for them to wake up into a setting that you're not a part of. In fact, you might be able to help.
How so?
We often let the initiates take tests with some of their companions, because those are choices that we make in life that affect how we carry ourselves. If you're willing, we could submit you to the same illusion. Not facing any of the consequences, but in the illusion, you'd be able to help them carry out their task.
All right. What do I do?
Friends, but I do have a question for you.
He looks
You
at
said
you.
there's three of you here, correct?
Yes.
And I assume you're fairly high ranking. I saw you in the council chambers.
I'm doing okay.
And using your combined magic, you're trying to force them into a test that they are managing to reject.
The problem with this test is normally we make them more influential. Sorry, say again?
You drug.
We make it so they're more susceptible to this sort of influence. So that
Oh, I
they
was
don't know that they're in an illusion.
Wouldn't the fact that they're able to resist your magic be, I don't know, some sort of sign that they're ready to pass the test on its own?
It just means they have a strong will, and a good grasp of reality.
Inner sleep.
Sorry.
The point is to put them in a scenario that is dangerous and that will test them, that will challenge them. Give them things that they are afraid of and see how they react to them. And we're pretty confident we've got a good scenario for them. But every time we try to wake them up, they know it's not real. It's fine if they figure it out along the way, but they have to start in that realm space, that space where this is the real world. It's very easy to pass a test of character when you know you're being tested. But when you don't know anyone's watching, that's where integrity really comes into play.
Well said. Alright, I'll help them.
They look at you, Gex. And how did you see me?
I kind of shrug with a sausage in my mouth. I don't know. Someone saw you first, but oh wait, yeah. I don't know. Magic eyes. I throw up my hands.
Jazz hands.
He gives you a slight grin, and he says, I can believe that. And you, Knight?
Oh, yeah, sorry, I was distracted. I'm in. Do whatever.
And he shouts in a thunderous voice, Sleep! And each of you falls asleep. When you wake up, the events carry out exactly as they did on the last morning. Neither you nor hopefully the contestants aware that they are in an illusion. When you wake up into the real world again, it is dawn. Tatina is finishing packing her bags. There are no signs of apparitions or spectral visitors.
I would like to approach her,
Approach who?
Tatina,
You can do so.
and I'll try and repeat the same thing I said in the dream. I'll awkwardly say, that's a nice hammer weld, and the filigree is a nice touch.
She looks at you and she says, I honestly could have done better. I think that it would have been a little bit easier if I had used a lower temperature and tried to solder using a bit of a flux up this vertical brace here. But it's nice of you to notice my most inferior work.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Does your heart break? Does your fucking heart break? I
Just
hope your
a little
heart fucking breaks.
Tony, did we all wake up?
Osborne, Gex, and Rin, you wake up.
Okay.
How's my
Nova,
back? Didn't sleep in the box.
you can feel yourself drifting awake, and you hear voices. Arthanos, you hear the same voices, and you're in this weird place. You can feel yourself sort of hearing the thoughts of the real world, the waking world around you, but your eyes are still closed. All you see is black. And you're just vaguely familiar of these other people with you and with Nova beside you. And you hear a feminine voice call out and says, well, that was something of a spectacle. And another masculine voice says, that was the coolest thing I've ever seen. When you guys were falling from the dragon and she was like killing it from the inside. That was... Just don't look at me like that. And then another feminine voice, more measured, says, I'll admit it was something we weren't expecting to see. How did you feel you fared in the test of high sorcery?
gonna what? Why? I guess you just said test the voice sorcery. It's like, I think we did all right. Bit odd to take our sorcery away for the test, though.
A voice responds, "This test was always meant to challenge you on multiple aspects, not just your ability to cast magic, but your character and how to control it. We presented one of you with a scenario that is antithetical to how you would view yourself and your identity. Nova, how do you think you fared when you lost your magic?"
I'm going to reach out. Can I feel my magic right now?
Yes.
Fireball.
Blow everything up. Take a quick breath. Just immense relief.
Not only can you feel your magic, but it's stronger than you remember it. You have successfully advanced to 5th level.
I mean, we literally fought to the death. I don't know what else. Like, we didn't run away. We didn't shirk. We didn't try to hide. With magic, without magic, with more magic. We still fought to the death.
Yes, and you won. But was that enough? When you first lost your magic, you were bereft, numb. Crucial moments that could have cost the lives of you and your companions were wasted while you mourned its loss.
It just says that I feel. I don't. If I was to have lost my companion in the same way, I would have. I'm not stone, and I don't think you would want us to be stone. Stone is black and white, and we are people, and we feel and we make decisions based on emotion. And whether I lost my magic or lost my friend, there would be a moment to feel.
And do you not think that there is a time and place for feeling?
I think that if you want me to be stone, then you are looking to the wrong person.
There's almost a feeling of mirth on the air, and it comes from neither of these other two voices. But they continue, and they say, "Arthanos, you reached for magic that was beyond your grasp, a dangerous thing to do. It is only through sheer force of will and blind luck that you are able, even in this illusion, to grasp hold of that magic so far beyond you. Do you feel that you handled yourself appropriately?"
I think perhaps you're downplaying any of my talents.
Just because it's hard for you doesn't mean it's hard for all of us.
To say it's all luck.
Fucking love you, Kevin.
I've had a lot of practice being autistic. To say it's all luck is a bit unfair to me, I think, but I suggest I handle it quite well, and I didn't let it get the best of me. I didn't let it destroy me, or fucking put me to 6 levels of exhaustion. And we dealt with it. I'd suggest that in the future, the same would happen. We deal with the issues without causing a catastrophe or anything like that.
I think you both did great. I really do. I'm a little curious, though. Your companions, they seemed more interested in helping the people around them. As you fled through that city and made your way towards the castle, some of them took the time to help those people along the way. The two of you were focused, though. Like arrows seeking a target, you didn't stop or give any concern to those people. You had a mission. That's respectable. But is that the extent of the influence your magic is going to leave in the world? Just completing the mission? No thought of the people that you meet, or pass by, or give up along the way?
Well, I don't mean to speak for Nova, but I was thinking of that dragon killing a great deal of people. So it's well and good to help the people that you pass by. I'm not trying to downplay that at all. But I was concerned for the mass destruction you might have seen from that dragon.
Didn't stop your friends. Your friends who don't have magic. They didn't waste any time helping those people.
I'm curious if we have talents and we have skills in certain directions and time is of the essence, stopping to save one or two people while that dragon wreaks havoc and there's something that we could potentially do about it isn't half of what we've been doing all this learning and going to school and practicing for, is to be able to use our talents and our skills and our magic and wield it in the best way possible to help the majority?
It's very easy to just label them as one or two people. And if their lives could be summed up as just being one or two people, we might be more inclined to agree with you. And yet here we are. You're just one or two people. Perhaps your lives should end. Perhaps you should fail the Testify Sorcery. Perhaps your magic should be stripped from you here and now. Obviously, your story has more details than just being one or two people snuffed out by happenstance.
Well, I mean, if you're suggesting you could save, a city full of people for 2 lives, perhaps you're right. But I'm just suggesting. Okay, I can't talk. I'm just suggesting that we made a decision that isn't necessarily the wrong one. Again, I'd argue it's correct, but saving a greater number of people. I mean, if you're going to say it's just 1 or 2 people, then what about the 100 or more? How big's this city?
Big.
Yeah, or the more. If you're going to suggest that's invalid, then I don't know, why bother even saving the 2?
Another voice says, maybe we just think you're limiting yourself. You seem to only choosing one option or the other. Why not something in the middle? And another voice will say, okay, that's coaching. We don't do that.
Objection!
I think you are also underestimating our faith in our companions and our faith in the city guard and the other people that we have been interacting with from the beginning, to know that they can help and do their jobs as well. We weren't just 2 individual people acting in an isolated incident. We were very aware of who else was able to help and where we would be best able to help.
There is a moment, you can almost feel a couple of these voices receding, and finally just one voice is left, and it says, it sounds like maybe the center you're looking for is found amongst a collection of personalities. Maybe that group will do you just fine. And there is another longer pause, and finally he says, one mage of white, one of red, and one of black stood as witness to your trial. We deem you to have passed. Now, I believe you've had some conversations and some time to think on this. Which robe would you ascend to? And you can just feel the focus of the essence shift to you, Arthanos.
Well, balance, as you said, is important. I think that makes the most sense. So, Lunatari for me.
The perspective seems to shift towards you, Nova.
The red robes.
And the present starts to recede. Congratulations to both of you. I think we're going to do great things together. Stop by the old apothecary shop when you get back, and we'll have something waiting for you. And with that, it pulls back even further, and you both awake. And we can take a quick break
Wait.
to feed doggos.
As we finally wake and open our eyes, I would like my hair to have changed into a deep red, like the color of the dragon's blood. And from here on out, have my hair that color.
Austin, get to work.
Send me your image and I'll change it.
Oh, rats.
No shit, like, send it to me right now. Come on, Sam. I ain't got all fucking day.
Does it take two people to feed dogs?
Is that okay? Yes,
Yeah. What? Who are you asking?
What are you asking?
my hair changes. Yes.
Yeah. You did
Yeah,
it.
I'm literally gonna do it right now. Send me the image.
I guilted him into it by yelling at him.
Doing nothing? You
Absolutely
killed me
nothing.
into anything.
I'm gonna find it. It's here somewhere. I'm sure. Oh, it might be on my other laptop. That's okay. I have a way to do this.
Do you?
It was all a dream.
Yeah, some bullshit.
It was
Yeah,
all a
Biggie D,
test.
Salt and pepper up in the limousine.
Immediately when you said that, I was upset.
Well, you should be.
But then I wasn't upset because
That was
it made
intense.
sense.
I have to go process.
I was about to use my fate die, so that's good.
Oh, on that note, Austin, you do still have +2 Constitution.
neat.
Any fate die that were spent.
If she hadn't used the fate die, what would have happened? Because we're not retconning at this point, so I'm just
She
curious.
would
but
have failed
I-
the test and died.
Okay. Right, okay, because the test can do that.
Yes, you can die. It's not quite the Matrix, but yeah, it's the Matrix. Like,
That would have been so worse. I was totally fine dying, like fighting a dragon,
Right.
dying in my sleep. Oh, that would have sucked. No, I would have been
Like
so
some
pissed.
fucking 90-year-old woman just dying in your sleep. Like, holy shit. God, it would have been just me and Ren that was left from the original party, and then when he dies, it'd just be me. Or when I die, it'd just be him.
About to say,
What a horrible
I guess those are
it's
all the
very
outcomes
likely
there.
He's going to die.
I mean, he is pretty cavalier about it. I get it.
I wish it didn't.
I don't. Can you explain it to me?
When Austin does bad puns, they're fun. When you do bad puns, they're physically painful.
Yeah, it makes Yami upset every time. It's like, what am I going to do with you?
Pretty much.
Every time.
Man, early, I don't know if anyone heard earlier, but I'm gonna bring it up again. When you were talking about them being red people. Yeah.
What, natives?
Hobgoblins.
You fucking.
My ex was native. Fuck you. I know, like, they're, I don't know. They're red.
What? You get a freebie?
Oh, I'll say I got a freebie, but like,
My
that's, I
friend
thought that's where he was
Stefan
going
gave
with
me
it.
a hole punch to say the N-word. It's literally a pass he had laminated at Home Depot that said N-word pass and had 5 hole punches, and I still didn't use that shit.
I feel
Give
like
it to me
that's
for,
not
Christmas.
enough. Like, I'm gonna be honest, I feel like that's not enough. Like, one DMX song and I'm tapped out by the first verse. And I fucking love DMX.
Right?
He would actually get mad because I wouldn't, like, when we were driving, we'd, like, sing the songs, right? And, like, I wouldn't say I wouldn't drop the hard gentleman. And then he'd be pissed off. He's like, it's in the song, man. You just fucking say it. And I was like, I'm not gonna fucking say it. You can't make me say it. Argument happened all the time.
I actually learned the edited version of X Gonna Give It To You. Because, like, I didn't want to fucking have to, like, work around it. So I just learned the shitty version. And, like, I started doing that with a bunch of songs. And one day I was singing the song, and it had the N-word into it. When I got to it, I sang the edited version, which, like, substitutes it for something else. And, like, I was singing it in front of, like 4 of my friends. 2 of them were black, and they were just like, dude, that's the fucking lamest shit I have ever heard. Like,
And they were right.
they were like, I get why you're doing it, but... God, that sounds awful. Like, I feel like the song's just terrible now.
Yeah, I used to work with a guy with the same opinion as Austin's friend, and honestly, I think I'm of the same opinion. Like, it's a fucking song, man. Good
I just
shit.
personally don't want to say it. Like,
Fair enough.
it's just a choice.
That was made fun of.
Just
for my
like I
choice.
give myself the permission to say faggot because I enjoy penis. It's the same concept.
Well, not in my fucking Discord. Not in my vagina.
It's okay. We've reclaimed the word gay. We can reclaim the word faggot. It's fine.
Wait a minute, were you the one
I've
yelling
seen
that
this
around
movie.
my apartment the other week?
No, you should probably call someone about that.
They thought I was doing it.
Yeah, they called you.
Apparently, you got some mice that are yelling gay slurs.
Are you sure you weren't just playing Apex Legends? Like, it sounds like something you would do in a game.
No, it was just it was like 2 p.m. in the day. I was working.
But they recognized your voice, right?
They've never heard my voice.
They just assumed it was him.
Yeah.
Because of his
He's new.
history with racist remarks?
Yelling loud racial slurs.
Yeah. There's gotta be a reason. I refuse to believe they just profiled you.
Yeah, they probably did.
It happened.
Yeah.
I don't think they've even seen me either.
Yeah, they just assumed that it was the new person. Like, it's not because he's Italian. Like, it's just he was new.
Yeah, gabagool.
Tony said profiling, and, you know, had to take it there.
To Italians?
Yeah.
I mean, I got a fork once when I went to like a Chinese restaurant. I was like, damn.
They had no faith in you.
I got a fork. when
Okay,
went to a Thai
now I have to
restaurant
ask,
once.
can you use chopsticks?
Yeah. I don't know if I'm using them correctly, but I'm using them.
I mean, if you're using them, you're probably using them correctly. There's a bunch of different ways to hold it.
I mean, I'm just thinking about, like, I can eat sushi with chopsticks, but I never have. Like, I just grab that shit with 2 fucking fingers and
Sushi's good. I want some sushi.
I'm really, really picky about it.
Did you know Thai people
It's really
don't use
polarized,
chopsticks?
right? There's no like okay sushi, at least not for me.
Yeah, nothing
It's-
middle of the road.
It's either good or it's garbage.
Yeah, I can see that.
I can agree to that. I live in a
Like,
small
I've had
town in
plenty
North
of
Carolina
burgers,
called.
right, where it's like, okay, that was okay. You know, it was good, but it wasn't great. It wasn't, it wasn't anything to write home about. But like sushi is either like, yep, that was fantastic, or man, that was garbage.
Yeah, that checks out.
Maybe I've not had good sushi, but I feel like the best sushi I've had is like a 5. Maybe.
What?
Doesn't taste fishy or whatever. Like I said, maybe I just haven't had good sushi.
I will
But,
also say that, like, if they cooked their sushi, like their fish bits, I probably would enjoy it more.
There's baked rolls and
They do.
you
Yeah,
can
yeah,
have
but
those.
well, it depends on the roll, right? Like, I'm
Yeah.
talking like you give me
Like a California roll that's been baked.
I think he means like
Mm.
nigiri, like where
The
it's a piece of
volcano
fish
roll.
on top of the.
I'm
Tony's-
thinking like let me
Get
pull it.
some unagi sushi. That's the good shit. That's the real good shit.
pulling up my Japanese steakhouse menu because I am getting some on Friday. Like that's happening.
I just feel like if I'm at a place where I can get sushi, I'd rather get noodles, udon or something.
I'm gonna make a hot
Sushi-
take right now.
Sushi's not very flavorful.
Of the traditional Japanese noodle dishes, because pho is, I think, better than all of the Japanese ones. That's a hot take in its own. But of the Japanese ones specifically, udon, ramen, and there's another kind called tsukemen, which is like,
Tsukemen, yeah.
instead of having a broth, it's like condensed into like a syrup almost.
Yeah, that's supposed to be better.
It's so good. It's so much better than ramen. It's crazy.
I don't think that's a hot take, Austin. Like, as far
That's
as
my
I know,
hot take.
everybody that's tried tsukemen, they prefer it.
Yeah, the issue is nobody knows what the fuck I'm talking about when I say
Yeah.
it.
All right, so a
Yeah,
honeymoon
it's not that
roll
common.
at my steakhouse is spicy salmon, crab, and yellowtail, and I believe that is all raw on the roll. And
Yeah.
it's got avocado, seared mayo, spicy mayo, and hot sauce. And that
Well, the
shit's
crab is probably cooked.
It could be.
I mean, the
It
crab's
looks
probably
like it is.
imitation crab, let's be honest. It's usually
Imitation crab is still good.
But
Yeah,
that
it's okay.
salmon and that yellowtail is probably raw.
Yes.
Yeah,
I would
say.
probably enjoy it more if it was cooked. That's the point that I'm making. And I enjoy it a hell of a lot raw, but raw anything makes me tentative, a little anxious.
So like a mental thing.
Yeah, because I've never gotten sick from it, but like sometimes like it's a little gooey, and I'm like, is this poison?
In America, sometimes you just get a bad piece and it just like ruins it for a while.
Yeah. Penn and Teller had a show called Bullshit, which was great on HBO back in the day, or Cinemax, one of those. And one of the times they were talking about milk and like how gross milk can be if it's not kept up to a great standard. And I love milk. And when I saw they were talking about like, here's like a gallon of milk and here's 2 inches at the top that is just pus from infections on the cow. And I was like, oh God, I can never drink milk. And I didn't drink milk for like 5 years.
Why would
That
they
was
show
initially why
that to
chocolate
me?
milk was a thing. Because like they wanted to cover up that taste.
And then it
Why the
turns
fuck
out
would you tell me that, Kevin?
milk is
Why?
actually milk
Otters
is
are also rapists. What do you want?
Jesus.
I knew about that though.
Milk is actually arguably the most scrutinized food in the American world. Like, it goes through thousands of regulations. I'm exaggerating, but dozens of regulations. It's triple fucking checked. It's got like 3 different points of like making sure that it's good all the way through. If they find like a drop of antibiotic in a batch, I mean, talking like hundreds of gallons of milk, they dump the whole fucking thing. Like, milk is taken fucking crazy seriously.
Yeah.
So it's
They don't
probably
even
the
put it in
safest thing I
bags
can
here.
drink.
Fucking gross though.
Wait, does your orange juice come in a bag too?
No.
Comes in a carton?
That's
Yeah.
ridiculous. Why would
So does
orange juice
milk.
come in a
Milk also
bag?
comes in cartons, by the way.
Did you,
Yeah,
speaking
except
of
when
orange,
it doesn't.
Yeah, there are also bags, but
Did you see the lawsuit against the orange juice company?
Which
The
one?
what?
Spooling up. Hang on. The really Simply Orange, I think.
I think that's the one I
it
like
has,
too.
like- yeah, it is like. Before I Simply Orange.
Before you slander them.
That is the one I like.
Um.
Hold on, let me get a bucket so I can start retching.
Alleges that Simply PFAS has like 12 times the PFAS are a class of about 12,000 chemicals usually used to make thousands of consumer products resist water, stay in heat. They're called forever chemicals. They do not naturally break down or are linked directly to cancer, fetal complications, liver disease, kidney disease, autoimmune disorders, and other serious health concerns. Researchers recently found, looks like Simply Orange has like a drastically higher than legal.
Amount of PFAs.
hundreds
Yep.
of times above federal limits.
Yeah, I was looking for the article. Thank you, but it is hundreds of times above the limits of this stuff.
Well, I don't get that much orange juice.
Not
It's probably
anymore.
fine.
And now I'll but I think I was just drinking regular old-fashioned orange juice from Publix when I drank that entire bottle of wine.
Forgot about that.
I've been drinking straight pineapple juice. That shit's
Tasty.
good.
And what'd she
Yeah.
think?
No, it's not for her. It's for me.
I mean, like, she could also
Allegedly.
reap the benefit.
I roll to disbelieve.
Listen, you know
I mean,
how
it
much
is
like
delicious.
sugar and shit you have to eat to make your semen taste like anything that isn't like stale graham cracker? It's a lot.
Well, that's going on my quote of the day board.
I feel like it might depend on the person, because I personally have never gotten any
We're
complaints
waiting
about
for
it.
the end of this to.
Is
I eat
there-
my shit.
It's
Is
not that
is
they're going to complain
everyone
about it. They're just
back yet?
used to it.
What's that?
Is anybody
I mean,
not
she might have
back? Blink
We are back.
twice.
Yep.
Yammy's here.
We're just looking at,
Alright.
I don't think. Did you never take an initial feat either? Oops.
Sam, you've been playing handicap this whole time.
Yeah, looks like it.
Sam, you could have saved us.
I just saved my streak.
Dine died for nothing.
Oh
Died
no.
died for our sins.
Hashtag Dine did nothing wrong. All right.
Hashtag dined too soon.
We will fuck with it later and figure out what happened.
Hashtag no more Dine. All
Now,
right.
Tony, did we benefit from a long rest or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
You'll wake
I'm
up.
just checking, because, like, clearly it was an arduous sleep.
Yes, but
For a
it
period,
wasn't
but-
real. Unless you died, in which case it was. Felt
we
really bad about taking Nova off the initiative. You two
I
wake
tried
up
so hard to save you. Anyway, sorry.
just behind the others. You feel emboldened. Both of you are level 5. And you may reap the full benefits of your class leveling up.
Okay.
Based on the test, do I have any advantages with the rune making or making any advancement in that?
1 second. Let me pull up my notes here. What is the mark that you were trying to carve?
Something like Final Death, or I mean, I was trying to kill a dragon, so I'm sure I was trying to throw something super gnarly at it.
A rune for rip and a rune for tear layered over each other so they like break their own circles.
That's what I was thinking of when she was in there, like, just rip and tear until it is done. Such a good fucking game. Okay, let's see.
It just meant even like being able to maybe enchant small runes or something, you know, like making a little something levitate, or you know, just
Let's see. Krieg, no. Ven, no. Stein, no. Worm, maybe. Death. I'm not going to give you death yet. Death's too good. I will give you access, in those moments of desperation, illusion or not, to Worm. Now, Worm can be carved onto a non-magical piece of armor or a shield. The inscribed item gains a +1 bonus to its AC value,
Oh, shit.
and any creature wearing this armor has advantage on the breath weapons of dragons.
bad.
Oh shit.
Cool.
Is
Pretty good.
Forget what's born
Van
of me.
Vorden. You also have Worm Slayer. Ooh, there's also the Ild and the Skuld rune. I missed those. On the Ice rune. Oh, anyways, these are better. Worm Slayer. When applied to a non-magical weapon, that weapon becomes a +2 bonus to attack and damage rolls and becomes a magic weapon.
Cool.
Pretty good.
Cool.
Now, in order to craft these, you're going to need 500 gold worth of components for the Worm Warden and 1,000 for Worm Slayer.
Okay.
Still,
That's pretty low, honestly.
Yeah.
for what it does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can sell sketches of my feet.
Your any hero count?
Only heroes.
Only heroes.
I think like feats of bravery would be fun.
Ooh.
Feet might be a too risque.
Oh, no.
I think the people of this level of
Feats of
technology are still into ankles. So
Right. Very shapely ankles.
Rings into biceps,
Those are fucking badass.
Yeah. Cool. Thank you.
forearms.
and you remember what your other rune did, right?
My potential either messaging or make my cloak levitate.
Yes.
My Doctor
I
Strange cloak.
believe boots disengage, cloak billow. Yeah.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
All right. You wake up. You are level 5, and the shop is largely as you woke up to it in your dream. Tatina is chattering away, although she doesn't seem as romantically interested in Ren.
Oh.
buddy. Bom, 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 bom.
I don't
Each
know
of
what
you-
you're talking about.
Arthanos and Nova, your memory of what happened is precise. The rest of you, it's a little foggy, but you can still recount some of the things that happened.
Feel
But
like
it
that's
seems more like it happened, a year or two ago, rather than just last night, just this morning.
feel like that, like the end scene of Wizard of Oz, and you were there, and you were there, and
I'm very glad my box is no longer ashes.
He's a simple goblin.
All of Yami's characters are kind of simple, let's be honest.
Any character I try to play that isn't just simple dies immediately.
But also the ones that aren't.
That is also true.
Your characters kind of just die.
Yeah, they do.
I'm gonna look over at Arthanos and be like, so did that just
What happened to your hair?
Yeah. What do you mean what happened? And I'm gonna look down at my head, like seeing my hair, like, oh my. Oh, this was like the color in the dragon's belly. Was this? So was it real? It wasn't real.
I don't think it's supposed to carry over. Pretty sure it was a dream. At least that's what they made it out to be.
Yeah, but like you had more magic and I didn't have any and I'm pretty sure I really did. I guess I didn't actually throw up.
Throw up?
Yeah, when like you didn't get motion sickness on the dragon?
I think I was a bit preoccupied. I thought perhaps you meant in the dragon. I suppose it wouldn't mind at that point, but it wasn't real, so what am I even saying?
Seemed like an unnecessary realistic thing they didn't have to add. What a bunch of dicks.
Sort of seemed like they wanted to torture us a bit.
Yeah. I feel like more in tune with my magic than I did before. Like almost like there's more of it. Do you feel that?
That's a step up for you from the 0 in the dream. I feel
Fuck
bad
you.
about that one.
Stab.
I magic missile.
I do. So Tony, do I still have all of those spells in my spellbook?
In fact, you do.
Okay. So even the ones that I
Don't
Yeah.
have the ability to cast.
are way out of my
Yes. As I said before, this is largely representing what you would get if you found more spell books along the way.
Yeah, just and practice over time and whatnot. I do. It's a new level of power.
I'm gonna cast Detect Thoughts on what's her name? The
gnome.
gnome. Tatia? No.
Tatiana.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast Detect Thoughts on her. Mostly just to see if just to cast a spell.
Just gotta enjoy
this-
your magic now that it's back.
Yeah, just like, do I have this? Is this still a thing?
You cast the spell, and it goes off. Tatina seems to be going through 100 thoughts at any one point in time. She's a little bit worried about her workshop while she's going to be gone, but she reminds herself that her ultimate weapon is still beneath the floorboards for another time. And she has a brief moment where she thinks about how it would have run absolutely train. They have trains. It would have run chaos on Osborne had he not produced that scroll of introduction.
I'm gonna get up and look under the floorboards.
She starts laughing maniacally. Would you actually like to look under the floorboards?
No. Yes.
Yes or no?
Fuck, I'm gonna blow myself up. I'm going. No, I'm gonna just stare at her questioningly and then sit back down.
Her thoughts quickly turn to missed opportunities.
Ignore that, by the way.
Her thoughts quickly turn to Ash as he casts Fireball on her. But the morning otherwise proceeds okay. She is a chatterbug, and she'll continue to talk about many of the things and ideas that she wants to do. And she gets ready to leave. And the morning can carry on largely how it did in the dream, with a little less romance. Anybody doing anything different?
No?
I look out with the window and see if I can see the city being sieged, just in case.
You're too far away. But as
Are
you
there
get...
giant plumes of smoke?
There are not.
Okay.
And
Sorry,
as you
Diane.
head out into the morning, you will get closer to the city of Calaman. There is no siege. It is a dreary, rainy day, as Nightland often is. But you will arrive at Nightland without any harm or foul.
I'd like on our journey back to. Nova thinks it's casually, just kind of touching base with each person in the party, like kind of reassuring herself that they're okay and that everything is okay, that there's no like holdover from the test. But it's definitely not casual because she's never just casually been nice. So it's a little weird, more weird and stilted. Like she's oblivious to it, like, but everyone else is kind of like, why is she? Did she just pat me on the shoulder?
You having a stroke? Are you alright?
Did you just find out you're dying? What happened?
I think once we're kind of moving a little bit, Osborne will sort of sidle up or slow down and drop in between Nova and Arthanos. And how are you both feeling this morning?
Like, I fought a dragon.
From the inside, nothing I've ever heard of.
Kind
I'll
of
honestly say.
preen.
Oh, sorry.
No.
What's that?
Go ahead.
Oh, I just kind of preen a little bit. Like,
You
I'll
both
honestly say I
considered
feel a bit
yourself
better than I did.
Good. I admit, I might have almost ruined your test for you. We woke up in the middle of the night to find your mages. I don't think they expected to be found.
Oh, they were actually there.
In a manner of speaking, yes. Next, of all people, was the one that Gex, whatever.
Gex.
Yeah, Gex.
I look surprised that he's there.
Gex, of all people, warned us to their presence.
Oh, did he now? I'll look over at Gex.
So you, I'm going to be talking to nothing over my shoulder.
Yes. You did.
Kind of cock my head and
We thought
while
you were,
we're. Oh no, sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
I was just saying, we thought you were being attacked, so. No, we attacked.
I suppose it's not unreasonable, and I appreciate it. Glad that nothing did go wrong, though. I suspect those mages are quite a bit more powerful than we are.
There's something to be said for the power of magic. It's beyond me, I'll admit. But and as we kind of crest a hill and see the city walls, I'll point at them and say, "But there's magic too. Banding together, building walls, creating laws in society against the chaos. There's magic there too. You both fought well, and I'm proud to be with you. I just wanted you to know that."
Thank you, and I'm glad you're so reliable as well. Pat you on the shoulder, and I'm kind of uncomfortable, sort of looking.
There's very little holding back the chaos and entropy of this world. But people grouping together always will. And then I'll just kind of I won't say anything else. I'll just kind of pick up a little speed and get back up front with Ren.
I look over my shoulder. I want to add. I have a 2 cents to add to this, which is, yeah, you guys were badass. Then I wiggle my fingers at them.
Like magic.
I'll clap right on the shoulder. You know, it might have been a dream, but I'll climb in a catapult with you anytime.
We really just were all about that immediately. There was no thought. We just got in there.
Yeah, I'll be honest. It's something I've worked on over the years, but I've always had a bit of a reckless streak as a youth.
I might be addicted to adrenaline or pain. I'm not sure which yet, and I'm gonna figure that out.
Tomorrow.
No, probably over the course of a couple months.
I meant it's always tomorrow. Like you're never gonna. Never mind.
What?
So, anyways, when we get back into town, there's a blacksmith working on this board with wheels on it. He calls it a skateboard.
And helmets haven't been invented yet.
Hey, man, we just got in a catapult and winged ourselves at a dragon.
I'm gonna sort of lean over to Nova and just say quietly, "What you say about the city being magic? You ever felt something there?"
I don't know. Maybe there's some like warden magic we don't know about. We'll probably have to keep an eye on him.
These people, yeah, I suppose you're right. But and then I'm gonna look at Gex again. And Tony, is it possible to cast detect magic as a ritual while on a horse?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that and try to see if I can see any magic around. I'm sure you don't need me to do that, but see any magic around Gex? Is he glowing?
Gex. You hear a voice say, "Oh, look at him now. He's trying to see me." Quick. Don't make any moves. Just stare right at him. And
All right, I'm going to stare right at him.
right as you are about to complete the spell, Gex looks up at you and just stares you straight in the eyes. All right, now what you do is just smile slowly. Show your teeth.
I gotta say
All your
that
teeth.
for Akash only having survived for 3 sessions, I feel like you've got him nailed.
Funny thing is, I was about to suggest I do this. So I'm totally gonna do-
Like you pretty much got Akash down pat already. So this is gonna be good.
It is kind of a very Yami thing to do. I'm not gonna lie. Like I could see him doing this in real life.
Otherwise, your spell detects nothing.
I'm gonna look very uncomfortable.
Yeah, that was fast.
It was.
I love it.
Actually, Austin, I was expecting it faster. God, get better.
Eat my dick.
Thank you.
Austin, have a fate die.
Okay.
Yeah, rad. Fuck yeah. Damn.
Well done. Yeah, I'm gonna have a slight look of terror on my face. Not absolute abject horror, but be very alarmed. I'm just gonna wave and then like look forward and try like avoid looking at Gex.
Did you see anything?
Just a very unsettling goblin smile. Very slowly at me. I'm gonna look over there. The rest of the trip, I think.
When you look over there, you detect the magic of friendship between Osborne and Ren.
Oh fuck. Yeah, this is unsettling.
Cannot look anywhere.
Thankfully, you're below eyesight or eye line normally, so or eye level.
He just looks up.
Yeah, just looking up at the sky.
Man, weird clouds.
Yeah, that bush got really interesting.
Cool.
Fuck.
The journey to Kalaman is otherwise uncontested. And... Sorry, I'm going to have to work on this another time. You make your way to the city gates. As you approach, you see that one of the higher-ups of the military forces here, a man who both sort of acts as a intermediary between the castle guard forces and the city's military forces, is communicating with a couple of the guards at the gate, and it looks like it's not going well for the guards, like maybe they haven't passed an inspection or something like that. And as each of you comes up, he nods at you, Osborne, and he says, "I've heard about your success of late. Congratulations."
Well, just the job, but thank you.
Well, a job worth doing is worth doing well, and that's what we've come to expect of you. But don't get too lax out there in the field. And he gestures towards your weapon. Even out there, it's important to take care of yourself and your gear.
Always.
Nope, see to it then.
Do I know this man?
He is a commander, a fairly high-ranking commander, and he sort of serves as a intermediary between the guard and the castle military.
Got it. Is everything all right here?
Well, these folks could be a little bit more kempt, but yes. Don't fall for their problems.
Now, it's not one man is not an army, sir, respectfully. One guard is not the guard. We either all succeed together as a unit or we don't, so always like to know what I can do to help these men.
They're going to be fine. But like I said, you might want to find yourself to the armory.
And headed there first thing, sir.
Gives you a nod. And he'll continue about, and he's not, destroying these guys. But it looks like they probably failed an inspection there, and they might have some extra duties as a result. And he's chastising them as you make your way past.
Latrine duty, but there's no shovels.
There's the scene in Jarhead where, like, the main character is just burning fucking shit barrels.
Uh-huh.
And that's all I can think about. Like, when people talk about latrine duty, I'm just like, ugh.
Just, here's a soup ladle, figure it out.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I will probably head to the armor fairly quickly. Make whatever report we need to make. And
When you arrive, you can make quick work. Tatina will follow you up to the council chambers, and you can present her to Marshal Vendry, who is pleased with you, and she will provide each of you a bonus for what you experienced out there. Take your information, and seeing that you're, eager to be done with the day, some of you look a little bit bedraggled despite it being such a quick trip there and back. But recognizing that things can happen on the road that she can't account for, she looks to get you in and out after you make your report. And she does deliver a bonus to you of 100 gold each
Oh,
in steel.
Wow,
Dang.
that's a lot.
steals.
Functionally, it's exactly the same as gold, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Don't forget, Sam Nova has all the gold from the goblins.
How much
Yep.
gold was that?
500 gold.
Oh.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, there's a little bit more there too, I think.
There is. Luckily, you can listen to it in the VOD, episode 6 of Shadow of the Dragon Queen.
Oh.
Oh,
That's one too
You're
many
rich.
alls.
oh, but yeah, it's quite a bit. But like you and Arthanos have like expenses being wizards and shit, so
Somebody's
you're
gotta
halfway to one of
identify
those
shit.
rooms, though.
Right?
I think you can do one of them.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, you should have enough.
Because I think it was the Worm Warden was 500.
Mm.
That's sure to come into play. Kitty cat, what are you attacking me for? I did not.
We also have a convenient legendary shield from one of our dear friends.
Yeah.
And I have this long pokey stick, though. Like my long pokey stick.
Would be nice if we knew what the shield did.
Oh, I assumed it was just a shield.
Magical shield,
Oh, was it non-magical?
as far as
Has
we know.
anybody identified it?
I would have attuned to it. I've been using it.
If
Hasn't
you
it on-
take the time to attune to it, you do not attune to it.
Oh, okay.
Tony, when
Still
I
use
use
it,
detect... Oh, sorry.
When you
No, I was
use
just
detect
gonna say,
magic. Go ahead.
Yeah, when I used detect magic earlier, did I see any sort of magic on the shield?
Absolutely. In fact, pretty
Oh.
potent magic.
Oh.
All you know about it right now is that it is a +1 magical shield.
Oh, it's +1.
Yes. This part I do believe I mentioned when I handed it over, but I'd have to go back to the VOD.
Don't know, but I'm fixing it now.
It's possible. Well, we do need to head back to the apothecary at some point. Maybe there will be a fucking 100 gold pearl there.
I would like to take a little time to get a little extra freshened up before we go. Now that I'm aware of what a queen bee bitch she is, I don't want to go in there looking road weary.
Oh yeah, Tony, was one of the mages at our trial her?
You don't know.
Don't know. Okay. Well, like voice.
Presumably, you don't know.
Don't know. Okay.
There was an element of surrealness to it, and you think
Okay.
that's intentional.
And they were sort of like distorted and whatnot. I'm guessing.
Intentional
A little bit.
obfuscation.
Okay.
You would say it's possible, but the thing is, Wyan never doesn't wear traditional robes,
Mm.
so you're really gambling at any sort of bet.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. I just remember one of the voices you did sounded kind of like her, so I wasn't sure if it was supposed to be her.
Yeah, I'm not being facetious. I'm
No, yeah. That's fair. That was just. Yep. That's the reasoning.
Well, if my friends are going to go to the apothecary, I know Osborne wanted to swing by the armorer.
Yeah, we don't have to go like right immediately.
Well, but I
Me
don't
too.
wanna- What's that?
No, Rin wants to go to the armor too.
But I also want to make sure that like I am there for my friends when they go to the apothecary. This sounds like kind of a big moment for them.
yeah. She was real mean last time, so you might need to step up.
No,
Yeah,
I
me
just
and Ren are not going to even be in there.
Got a piss in her sink.
to see my friends get My friends get their piece of paper to put on the wall.
Yeah.
IR magic.
I am good at magic and things.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So I mean, if you guys aren't in a rush, we'll swing by the armor and
Yep.
let Nova get ready.
Yeah, it gives us like 3 hours, so.
Has vision, but not night vision. Save settings. Use selected tokens. Save changes. Nova, try to drag your token onto the field.
Success.
Where is she? There she is.
Austin, you got the color just right too. Like,
Okay, how did you make her bigger?
I didn't.
What, was I holding the corner while you moved it?
Sounds like
powerful.
Okay, stop moving the token.
I have
Power
a
cannot be
sense of
contained.
godhood. Bow before me.
Big lady.
I'd say I'm sorry, Tony, but we both know it'd be a lie.
Yeah, I know who sits closest to the keyboard. Like, you have control issues, man.
Yeah. Just remember when you
Yeah.
want to punish him that we are two separate people sharing a mic.
Yeah, but it's just one house to throw eggs at.
You can afford to just waste eggs like that? Wow.
In this economy? What does an egg
Right.
cost? Like $56?
It's
So what they cost? $10?
You joke, but I'm pretty sure like a dozen eggs is $7 or $8 now.
Yeah, they doubled in price at least.
Oh,
it's rough.
It's going to affect
I
my
mean, in
steak, egg,
Canada,
and
I don't
cheese
know.
bagel at McDonald's.
I can get a scale mail.
You find your way to the armor if you'd like to go there first, since it's on the way out of the castle.
Mm-hmm.
When you hand over your weapon, Arthanos, you have a name. It's not Arthanos. Osborne. You can immediately see what the commander at the gate was referencing. This weapon is hurt. And it seems like there are cracks going all the way up the shaft, and then finally in the bludgeoning piece of the weapon itself, they just radiate outwards, like almost like it's sort of exploded from inside, like it's pockmarked. And the armor just looks at it, looks at you, looks at it, looks at you, and he just says, "What the hell have you been doing with this?"
I couldn't get a door open.
He shrugs and he says, "Well, I suppose that'll do it. I'm just not familiar. That's all right." And he'll take a moment and fetch you a new one. Make sure to size it up so it's appropriate for your proportions, and gives you some really rudimentary, like basic, like I'm a guard 101 weapon care tips, things that you know. And you kind of get the feeling that he's giving you these like he doesn't think you know, like he thinks you don't treat your weapon well.
Yeah, I will patiently allow him to.
But when he finishes, you can head out. Go ahead.
Be shitty about it. Like I will legitimately listen with care. I might even I'll even ask for tips. You know.
Rin, while you are doing the same, he will take the time to educate you about your equipment if you ask any questions or anything like that. But largely, he just gets to work either servicing your current gear or replacing it.
So the hammer, did it look like acid etched?
No.
Huh.
Looking at it, it doesn't really make sense. It looks like parts of the weapon exploded outward. And it's cracked up the handle, like something surged through it. And then at the weapon itself, like, I have to pick up a loose iron hammer again because I always forget what it looks like.
A halberd with a
Pointy.
war pick instead of the blade.
So, down the spear tip and the war pick, cracked outward, chunks are actually missing. The bludgeoning piece probably suffers the worst of it us all because it's a big concentration of metal, and you can just see where it looks like pieces have ejected off of it.
Yeah. Yeah, Osborne is definitely he's trying to play it off. He's definitely a little concerned about this. Like, what the fuck? Over.
I don't know. Looks
Over.
weird.
But he will kind of make a, like, he doesn't really understand what's going on with this thing, but this is the second weapon in as many weeks that has, I assume, had something similar happen to it.
Mm-hmm. And it's not too big of a concern at the moment because you're replacing them before something happens, but it's definitely a concern for longevity.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. That's all I had.
Otherwise, finishing at the armorers, if nobody has anything else there, you can head to the apothecary.
I've got some like downtime stuff I'll talk to you about outside of the session.
Cool. Send me a disco.
Yeah.
When you arrive at the apothecary, it's about how you remember it. There's that strong scent of pepper and almost like caramel candy. And those of you that are wishing to go inside can do so. Wyan will be at her counter. This time it looks like she is organizing some materials on the shelves behind her. And she sees you approach, recognizing you, Arthanos and Nova, and she gives a courteous nod.
Ooh.
Oh, she's not a cunt anymore.
And she says,
Times that Kevin is getting us canceled on this thing.
We're doing great in the Australian market, though. She gives a respectful nod and she says, I'm surprised. That is a higher success rate than I would have accounted. 2 people testing, I'd expect at least one of them to fail. I suppose congratulations are in order.
Oh, thank you. And I wouldn't worry about it too much. Everyone's judgment fails them sometimes.
You know what? I relinquish my mean girl crown.
Arthanos is the mean girl.
Yeah, I bow before you and follow you blindly.
Sincerely, like, oh yeah, don't worry about it, man. Like, it's everybody makes mistakes. But it sounds so bad.
I love it so much.
She takes a moment to collect herself and she finally says,
That sick burn.
I suppose that everyone's judgment is subject to the information they're working with. You seem to have grown out of the timid fox and into something much more unpleasant. Nonetheless, she reaches from under her counter and she pulls up 2 robes. And she says, you will need to spend some time getting these adjusted. And she hands them over to you. They are enchanted. I hope that you will find them useful. Based on your history with the castle, recent though it may be, we think they are enchantments that will serve you well.
Are you going to elaborate on the enchantments, or is this like the final test is figure out what they are?
She tisks, and it's not like a way like condescending, it's more like she just kind of feels that you've spoiled the fun. And she says, they are warded. They will protect you from a limited form of harm, such as some of your spells can likely already do. And as she describes it with more detail, you get the feeling that these are permanently enchanted with mage armor.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's convenient.
Yeah. Because I'm squishy.
1 extra level 1 slot a day.
Yeah.
That's rad.
Yeah.
And I believe you both did choose the red robes, correct?
Correct.
You now have red robes. Nova, you'll have to take it and get it embroidered and sized to fit you and like...
Oh yeah. So many plans.
But otherwise, she says, "Is there any other business I can help you with while you're here?"
I'd like to see the components there. I need a pearl worth 100 gold.
She reaches under the table, and you hear the sound of like something unlocking. And when she comes up with it, she pulls out this horizontal tray, and on it are several different pearls. And most of them are of standard colors. She traces her fingers over about a dozen pearls, finds the one that is closest to pink, and pulls it out for you.
Why pink?
Why not? And she closes the remaining tray and puts it underneath.
Okay. Hey, how much? Because to be clear, the pearl has to be worth 100 gold. I don't have to have paid 100 gold for it, right?
She says, if you're looking for the spell component, this would be fairly priced at 100 steel.
You know what? I'm not even gonna fucking worry about it, and I'll buy it at 100. I feel like I shouldn't push my luck with
Yeah, you're definitely good in that way. Transaction is completed. You can add one 100 gold valued pearl to your inventory.
And then I would like to purchase the spell components that I would need to be able to inscribe the Worm Warden. Because that was the $500 one, right?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
that one she's a little surprised at, and it takes her a few minutes to scramble around and get ingredients ready for. And she'll kind of talk to you about what you're doing and what you're making there. Her only real advice is that rune magic is very powerful, but when you enchant a rune, you can only enchant one of it at a time.
Right.
And what she's trying to suggest to you is that you can inscribe a rune with the worm magic, but you can't make another item until you disenchant that item of worm magic. So you could do like worm, wind, stein, all these others, but you can only do one of each.
Now, just for is the Worm Warden Worm Slayer, is that two separate? Or
Those
is
are
it
both worm. The rune is worm.
You can only do one of those two.
Right. Now you can do worm and wind and any other combination of runes, but you can only do one that has that base rune.
Interesting. Okay.
Until I get more of the spell components, or just ever?
You would have to disenchant this one.
Oh, interesting.
You would refund about half the ingredients.
Oh, interesting.
You can't have like Worm Warden on one thing and Worm Slayer on another because they're both worm.
No, the magic is actually derived from your understanding of the rune. It's a magic that's very difficult. It's kind of like a true name, so to speak.
Okay, I see.
So when you enchant it, you're enchanting a part of that true essence, and when you do so, you lose it for yourself.
Got it.
And the only way to get it back is to disenchant it.
Okay. In that case, then I will hold off on purchasing. But I would like to think that this was like an actual, like, honest and kind of fun conversation discussing all this, like two people talking their skill and their craft and getting excited about it, as opposed to two bitches trying to one up each other.
Make an insight check.
Sorry, it takes a minute to switch between Nova and Osborne because there's 9,000 templates.
You can minimize those.
No, in the drop down when you do the send as.
Oh, what the fuck?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
You're right, because you can send messages as a 90 by 5 foot wall.
Right.
And I will, don't tempt me.
With a 16, you're kind of looking at the conversation you had with her before, and like she definitely was talking down to you, but it wasn't talking down to you like just meant to be outright condescending before. Instead, it was like, you're new here, right? Like you don't have the accolades to address me as an equal.
Right. And I understand that and respect that.
And this conversation, since you've returned, you definitely don't think that she recognizes you as being on her level. But she's talking to you in the way that like she's trying to nurture your advancement.
Mm-hmm.
So she still doesn't recognize you as a mage of equal standing, but she wants to speak to you like she hopes that you will go far. You think Arthanos burned that bridge pretty early in the conversation.
Just trying to comfort her, but all right.
Is that what that was?
Yeah.
That didn't I don't.
Don't ever
Man.
cheer me up, bud.
To him, it sounded like she was a little miffed that she was wrong. So he was like, "Oh no, don't worry about it. Everybody's wrong sometimes."
Yep, not the thing to say. Never
Well,
mind.
No, that like I said, that's what he thought.
yeah.
What he was hearing. Just nobody else hears it.
Kevin is the master at negging.
Yeah.
Uh,
Like, sir, just calm down. I'm not mad. Sir, calm down. I'm not.
I'm not resisting.
Yeah. Good times.
They say that one of the worst things you can tell somebody to calm down is tell them to calm down, so maybe that's true.
No, you just say, "Cool it down, grumpy clown."
I have
That'll
started
fix it.
with my geriatric patients, especially the men when they get really like just irrationally upset about stuff, because a lot of geriatric patients are like toddlers. I just start going, "Ooh, big emotions. It's okay."
Reduce the calamity in your memories.
3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3. What the heck is bothering me?
And there's that.
Sorry, we derailed. Go on.
Back to the serious stuff, Tony. Ready, go.
Yes.
You
Okay, so I would-
are able to hold off for now. And you can always revisit that in the future. Otherwise, she will speak pleasantly enough with you until you're ready to go. What would you guys like to do? At this point, it's getting towards probably a little after 1 or so from the time that took you to travel back to Calaman and also get outfitted at the armory and make your way here.
I'm gonna, on the way, well, after we're out of the apothecary, I'll lean over to Nova and say, "Don't wear those yet. Let me have a look at them first. I'm not sure I entirely trust that woman."
Like, you think she sabotaged?
No, I think she might be, nothing serious, just, make you smell of shit or something like that. The robes might, so just, let me check first.
Are you just flexing your identify spell?
Yeah.
No, well, I want to use it, but also, like, I figure genuinely, I don't trust this bitch.
Hmm?
She's been rude for so long, and then suddenly she's not. Nope. Not
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 today.
eating it. And yeah, I'm gonna try to identify both my robe and Nova's robe, and the shield if Austin has it on him, or Ren has it on him. I mean.
Both robes are red robes of the Mages of High Sorcery. They both have a permanent enchantment of mage armor on them. They do not require attunement, but you must be a Mage of High Sorcery of the Red College, of the red robes in order to wear them and gain their magical effect. The shield. Where is the magic item section on treasure? I did do it, right? Apparently I haven't copied it over. Okay. You cast Identify on Ispin's shield. You are able to glean that it is a +1 shield, does not require attunement. You gain +1 to your AC, in addition to the shield's normal effects. But there is something more there. Identify does not reveal it. You can sense that it's potent, very powerful, but the magic is not revealed through the spell. and you think you would either need to uncover its secrets organically, or you would need a stronger spell like legend lore.
Okay then, Jesus Christ. Definitely gonna pass that on. Like, there's extremely powerful magic in that shield.
Excellent. What does it do?
I can't tell. Its defensive properties have been bolstered, but aside from that, it's too complex. I can't tell at the moment.
It's too complex for you? That doesn't sound right.
That seems excessive.
I don't know what else to tell you. Perhaps Wyan would be able to tell you more.
I mean, if you couldn't do it, I don't think she could do it either.
Well, thank you, Ren. I appreciate your confidence in my abilities.
Yeah, you're the best.
Praise makes him uncomfortable. Just looks physically uncomfortable.
Is that Arthanos or is that Kevin?
Arthur, oh, definitely both, but Arthur for sure.
Did you drink Titania's tea? You don't look great.
No, I'm fine. I swear. Maybe in the future I'll be able to tell more about it, but unless one of you wants to play around with it,
I'll take a look. I'm gonna try to sleight of hand it if you don't give it to me.
I mean,
And then
just take the shield. I'm kind of interested in you trying to sleight of hand it before I realize what's happening. So, like, yeah, go ahead. But I will just offer it to you. Does this go against perception?
Yeah.
So you're
passive.
Oh, shit.
Jesus.
My passive is 16, so it does beat that.
So if you're
Oh,
actively
look,
looking,
a blue-footed booby. I point to a bird on a roof. Neat.
I guess you have a shield.
I'm just gonna like spin it around and see if I can see anything. Obviously, the answer is no, but you never know.
I critically smite him. No, I'm kidding.
Can you describe
He's
the
finally
shield
turned
again,
his back.
Tony?
What's up?
Can you describe the shield again?
It is a wooden shield, and it almost looks like it's. Do we really not have a picture in here? It is a wooden shield, and I'm trying to think of the circular shield that has sort of the buckle in the center.
A buckler?
Not a buckler.
No, I know what you mean, like the like wooden Viking sort of shields.
Right, it's got that. I don't even know what you'd call it. It's a bumper stock, basically.
It's a nipple.
Yeah, it has a nipple.
Yeah, shield nipple.
It looks like a pallid green, with sort of a dark green rim to it. It otherwise looks like it's made of simple wood, although when you examine it, there's no scarring to it. This has likely carried Eastman through many adventures, but there's no welts, there's no blemishes. The paint looks faded, but otherwise it's a wooden green shield.
I'll give it back to Ren. Mom, I didn't see anything.
Oh, alright. Should I be looking for something? I look at the shield.
It looks like
That's what I imagined.
simple green shield.
I'm glad you're with us. You remind me of Ispin. And then I put it back on my back.
Is it because he's green?
No, it's because he carried it everywhere.
Christ.
What's our next step here? We were so focused on getting the gnome and then apparently fighting a dragon in our dreams.
Oh, that's.
What do we do now?
I mean, I assume they have another task for us. right? We delivered the gnome, pesky though she was. So
Well, we should probably check in with Darrett then.
I-
Feel he-
I kind of liked her.
we know, honey.
Sorry, buddy. So anyway, over that emotional trauma, let's
You can make it. You're gonna have to settle for just one woman. Like, you keep sending me pictures. Like, this guy's sister. He's got fucking his rival.
Wait, I'm sorry. Oh, hold on.
Yeah, the
Let-
classic romance interest, your sister.
I hit.
He from
Okay.
South?
He's sending me pictures of lots of women that exist in the campaign world, and like
Lots of one? It's one.
Okay, all right. There's a lot of women you put into the game world,
3, 2 of which are related to me.
right? That's what I'm saying. Like, you know, you.
that is 3 more than I've put into the game world.
Yeah.
Do any of you have families? I just want to hear right now.
Oh no, that's right. Yeah, I guess I put a mother and 2 sisters into the game world.
Yeah, but you don't talk about them anymore, except to like call them bad words.
Diane had a family.
Not anymore.
Well, I mean, they probably still exist.
Hmm.
I don't know. I think Diane was kind of like a brother to Ren.
Oh,
I don't think that's
You sh-
true, but I'm saying it.
We shared the soup stone.
That's a sacred ceremony. Listen, it's not
It
that
is.
she's not interested in you. It's that there are size concerns, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say it's a fucking no.
compatibility issues.
Like, she's not as young as she used to be. Not today.
This is taking it a lot further than the funny bit I was trying to do.
I thought this was funny. This is funny for me.
Elasticity issues, Austin.
Yeah.
I came up with 2 lines I was gonna say. I'll just share them with you now.
Yes.
I'm gonna ruin your guts like you ruined mine. Is one that started to work. Which
That was
made me laugh. And the other is, let's go somewhere private and talk about blacksmithing. Which is also funny to me.
Let's talk about
Really?
hammering steel.
Yeah, I'm
God,
gonna
you're like my favorite animal.
forge. Nothing. Really?
So, I think we're about ready to call the session.
On that? That's what we're ending on?
Yes,
May
I
seriously.
want
you
my-
return to the castle.
I got one more. Can I warm my sword up on your coals?
I would find it funnier if I knew what Coles was supposed to reference on a woman's anatomy. Because there's nothing you're going to say that I'm going to be like, yeah, Coles. Makes sense to me.
Oh man,
Just quench my sword.
Oh,
you
that's
go.
a better one.
Yeah.
That's actually good. That one's
Yeah,
good.
that is better.
When you
Yeah.
arrive to Castle Caliban,
my bellows.
We can't keep doing this. We have to stop.
Or wall.
Darrett will find you in your quarters and present you with new missions. And he'll tell you that the command here intends to keep you busy.
Missions plural.
Missions, plural. In fact, what I would like for each of you to do this week as homework, or in the next 29 minutes before the session officially ends, I want you to pitch a scenario that you would be dispatched on to spy on, scout, reconnaissance, interfere with, or discover something about the Red Dragon Army. And we will montage through these at the start of next session, so they don't have to be particularly advanced. But if there is one that I see and I'm like, oh no, I think this needs to hit the table, we might run it as an actual encounter. So give some thought. Mostly probably going to be towards montages, I guess, unless I see something that I really like. And we'll continue with the adventure after a few months have passed. These months will again be filled with these various missions that we'll describe. But this means that you also have a period of downtime. So, real quick, does anybody have any tool proficiencies or anything out like that?
Yeah, I have Smith's tools. This is actually what I was going to talk to you about.
I have thieves' tools.
Smith's tools, thieves' tools, anything else? Alchemist, herbalism.
I don't think
Good
so.
question.
I have land vehicles.
I have land vehicles too.
That technically counts.
I do not believe that I do.
So proficiencies: gaming dice, or gaming set, and vehicles land.
Now, is the implication there that no one can play games unless they have efficiency in the gaming set?
It just means you're better at it than other people.
You just get your proficiency bonus.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you know how the game works.
You're counting cards. So, again, doesn't have to be lengthy. It can just be a paragraph. But if you like the idea and it's fun, I might ask you for more information, and we might actually play out the encounter. So kind of leave them a little bit open-ended, because I'll be asking, how the party gets through it. You might have a little discussion on it. But this part of the adventure, they give some missions, and I feel like they're a little dry. And, I'm fine with skipping over it, but I think this is a good time for each of you to actually, kind of write your journey here. And that's kind of the big thing that I've been trying to push here, and not necessarily in great ways, is, you're writing your legend as you make your way through the campaign. So if you have any questions about it, send it over to me. Otherwise, just drop in Disco sometime before next Wednesday.
Cool.
So wait, do you want us to write it at write the entirety of it and
Just
leave it open ended, or just like the concept?
Yeah, write the concept. Imagine Derek comes to you and he says, "Hey, this is what the command has," and obviously, don't try to write in that. We killed the whole army by ourselves. It was great.
Oh,
But
damn.
things that you might be tasked out to do. They could be subduing a small force, scouting the enemy, infiltrating their camp, hijacking an individual, maybe even assassinating somebody.
I have an example to pitch just real quick.
I do too. You first.
The city needs natural resources, so we're sent to a previously abandoned mine to see if there are any additional metals that can be earned from the veins.
Oh God!
Where
Austin,
we
it's-
encounter
It's like you're in my fucking head.
some kind of resistance. Either the dragon army is already there mining things,
You said enough.
or
baby.
okay,
Yes.
I was
Just
gonna
a
say
whole-
a third party has actual ownership, and we have to either convince them somehow to let us use it, or take it from them by force.
Austin, stop reading my notes.
I have one that kind
Okay.
of that. Mine is somewhere there are reports of some sort of underground cavern, maybe a mine, and there seems to be a larger force leaving than going in, or they are coming out better armed, equipped, or armored. But scrying doesn't work there, and we have to sort of infiltrate this cavern system and find out what the source is.
I'm combining the two of yours. Yes. 10 out of
Yeah.
10.
That's what
Yeah.
I was like, man, it's weird that Austin's talking about this because it's very similar to
Yeah, so the mine is owned by a third party who is selling the arms and armors to the other people, and we have to be there and be like, "Hey, that's bad. Come
they,
to our side. We won't
they-
kill you."
there's
Stab,
a magic pond or some shit down there.
Oh, I'm going to be super
It's the-
busy this weekend.
Yeah, it's the lake from Legend of Zelda where you throw your sword in and it comes back out stronger.
Right, but they have found it, right? And so we need to go either close it close it
Oh,
down.
what if there's a trapped mermaid, merfolk in there, and she does the enhancements on the thing for keeping her prisoner? There we go. She's the lady of the lake. She can give us Excalibur, and we can go be the king of England.
The fuck's in England?
I didn't vote for him. Okay, so that was my pitch.
Cool.
What is it?
Okay.
Ladies in lakes
Austin
distributing
had-
swords is no basis for a system of government.
Right. Austin had my pitch, but
We did it together.
We're rolling them into
Workshop.
one. I got you.
I pitched my tent.
I did that a while ago.
Austin got on a dragon. His whole fucking desk rose 6 inches.
Oh, so that was gonna be. I had this all planned. I didn't know this was a dream, by the way. So like after the dragon experience, that's when Ren was gonna make his move because he was on such a high. Because otherwise, he wouldn't have the courage to do it.
Oh.
So that was the whole like thing, the catalyst. There you go. That's the word.
So I did take everyone, and I didn't say like objectively like, this next portion is a dream or whatever. But I did take all the non-mages and say, you'll be helping them through the test of high sorcery. And I kind of asked for like a little like leniency because it was a little bit more railroaded of an experience than I would usually like to shove you into. So I guess what I'm saying is if you spent the week anxious that you would lose your magic, it's really Blake's fault for not telling you.
I think you did a very good job telling a story to make me that invested.
Yeah, I mean, like,
I'll
sure,
take all the
maybe it's
credit, but none of the
railroady,
blame.
but, yeah, like, I think it was appropriately railroady, if that makes sense. Like, it's not.
I like how Tony pulled us in the other channel and just told us about the high sorcery, etc., etc. And then we almost immediately just started talking about it, and I was just like, well, there goes the surprise, I guess. How wrong I was.
Hope you guys.
I'm
yeah.
sorry we didn't get to actually fight the dragon, but I feel more prepared now, or maybe just aware of how unprepared we are if we fight a dragon.
Yeah, take that to heart. But also, like, I don't know why I thought, I was like, man, this is going to be so cool. It's going to be like a stand-up fight on the back of a dragon. And, like, I was just like, they're probably not going to just take the fucking character over the edge. And, like, I've got 2 chains there. Like, they're probably going to fight, like, in a stand-up fight. It's going to be cool. I was like,
Tony.
they're going to cast wall of blades and, like, let the dragon fly through it and just use it as a back scratcher to kill you all. Nope. None of my cool things happened.
I want you to know, in every combat we've had, I've dragged something off of something else.
Yeah.
I didn't say that, like, the signs weren't there. I just said for some reason, like, I thought this would be a stand-up fight. And, like, I thought you were a knight. I thought you had honor.
Yeah, I love your faith in us, but...
I mean, I was going to telekinesis.
I
that
did
bitch off the
apologize.
fucking
The
Dragon.
party was always going to choose the Munchkin option, man.
Is that the Munchkin option? I think it's really stupid to
That's the
take
mischief
that person
option for
and
certain.
jump off.
Gotta just voluntarily dive off of the dragon 500 feet in the fucking air, like.
You
Fair
also
plan.
know that if Ren and Osborne see a catapult, they might just climb into it.
Yeah. Please
Good future
hide
knowledge.
all the catapults.
It's worked well at least one time.
No, don't leave any of your catapults out. They'll just get in it.
No, I'm actually fine with that. Like, it's a matter of time before one's facing the wrong direction. We just don't see them again.
They're like mouse traps. You leave them in the hallways to catch us.
It's sort of like the it'll be like the scene from what was the fucking Will Ferrell cop movie, Other Guys,
Yeah.
where they aim for the bush.
Yeah. They just-
Except it'll just be us getting catapulted into the wall 50 feet in front of us.
I like how they try to justify that scene. Like, we never really know why they jumped.
All I picture is Ren and Osborne like getting catapulted, and then the camera turns, and it is on the inside of the wall, facing the wall,
Yeah. Just straight up splattered like Looney Tunes.
50 feet in front of the catapult,
Yeah, that's the world I want to live in.
like a trebuchet, but the strap doesn't release, so they just get whapped into the ground.
Yeah.